Hola. We're live. Welcome back. Welcome back. And there's this hearing that just happened in Dominican Republic. I have no notifications, okay, right now. So you could help me out with the like button, share, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hey, Maud, how you doing? And they had a live appearance in court in Dominican Republic. Oh, man. We're going to have to check this out. And make sure you're subscribed to Ikidmel CC, okay? Because I posted 2 videos today over there on this case. Updates, new stories, new topics, okay? Not new topic, but the same story, new updates. So make sure you go to Ikidmel CC if you're on YouTube. And click those videos. Check them out. Shorter format videos. If you're busy and you're working, you got things you got to do. I'm posting highlights. I'm getting more active there, okay? So show me some love there. And let's check it out. Let's see how it's done in another country. Hey, muchacho, el diablo. Oh. My matcha tea. No notification, gang. You send out a little email. Oh yeah, let me put it out there too here. They're still using Windows 95 out there? Damn. What up, what up, what up? Good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing good. Policía Nacional. Let me do the not zoom so we can see better. Policía Nacional. Okay. Got the military there. National Police. Crime officers, how you doing? Sudiksha Konanki, exclusive. Sudiksha Konanki, hometown sheriff, doesn't believe Joshua Riibe was complicit. So that's the hometown sheriff. Okay, that came out 2 hours ago. The sheriff doesn't believe he's involved. Exclusive, parents reveal they think she drowned. I covered that as well on the second page. Make sure you subscribe to Ikidmel CC. Really sad story. Maybe Rippy will do an interview on the news eventually when he gets back home. Damn, you're in DSL? They still make that shit? La policía. I heard that eventually they ended up just kicking everybody out. Interesting to see inside the courtroom, the way they have it set up over there. Parents want her declared dead. Let's see what they're saying on taking a shot with his iPhone. I mean, if the parents believe she drowned, then what else is there after that, I guess? Unless there's something cops know. In Spanish? Oh. I'm gonna, after this live stream, I'm gonna post another video, I think, to the second channel. So sub up. Can't even hear them what they're saying. Oh. So you don't even get to hear them say anything, huh? Boom, 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 boom. Gotta find a Spanish channel.
A tu misma casa, una casa.
Hey Dusty, how you doing? Oh, they're outside. They're outside. Do they got any sound? No sound? What the?
Good afternoon.
Are they translated?
You may sit down.
What the fuck is this?
This is today's hearing. The sound is not clear. It's very difficult to make it out.
What you saying? You need to make it out. That's your job.
This is in the Altagracia court. The National Police Francis Riibe and Georgia Siogli.
Come on.
Everybody must leave.
What's the judge wearing? The judge, why he got the polka dot thing on his head?
What the?
Everybody must leave. Get out of here. You don't belong here. This lady where she's talking on the right hand side, there's no audio for that. What happened, man? We gotta get it together. They got no sound. Oh, what's the purpose of that? Very weird.
We're trying to be as transparent as possible.
Gotta have the polka dot on the screen. Little poke ball. There he is, Joshua. Las noticias, aquí lo tenemos aquí hoy. Bienvenido. Ajá, vamos a ver.
Sudiksha Konanki el pasado 6 de marzo a las 4 y pico de la mañana, ¿verdad? Cuando se quedan.
Okay, let's see.
Y ese principio de justicia abogada, yo no puedo violentarlo. En tal sentido, vamos a incluir a los medios de la prensa que pasen al pasillo y todas las informaciones.
El codilo. Accuse him.
La tendrán de primera mano. Vamos a tomar un receso de 5 minutos.
There's a Spanish version. We could
The
probably put
sound
on.
is very unclear. It's very difficult to make out what they're saying. Sir, please. Sir, please. Everybody, please be quiet.
CDN 37. Well, I just got on, guys. I was picking up my daughter, so I'm playing from the beginning. It's actually almost done. And then I'm looking for the more current feed. On the bottom right-hand side is current feed.
I need you
but
to
there's
be
no audio.
quiet.
Oh, shit.
Silence.
Cállate. Oh, CDN, así CDN. Ok, ok. Eso, ¿qué está pasando en el CDN?
Y también las juezas del primer tribunal colegiado del Distrito Nacional aplazaron para el 27 de marzo la continuación del juicio que se
27 de marzo.
Silence.
27th of March.
Pero tampoco cuenta.
Yeah, we're gonna see some of this stuff here. Looks like something else right now.
Thank you very much. Eduardo Vázquez Menoso, attorney. Alonso Manuel González, attorney. And attorney Vascos. My name is Jorge Alvarez. I represent. The interpreter cannot make out different voices. It's just noise, mostly.
Oh. She's snapping. Translate the sounds in the room. The desk being hit, the foot tapping. Tick tock, tick tock. Tickety tock. She got pissed.
Thank you. There was a request to have this hearing.
Snapping.
There is a principle of justice that has been stolen. In this case, all the parties have come here. The Dominican according to a constitutional modification in 2024, there aren't any circumstances in which I will not allow the press to do its work, but the press must let us do our work. We are being transparent. The parties have agreed between them, so that is a principle of justice. I must respect that. So
Transparent is
we
just
will ask you to go to the hallway, and you will have all information firsthand later on.
Transparent is letting everybody watch. That's what's transparent. Not kicking everybody out. Que se vaya de ahí. Diablo. So let me scan. There's some Spanish stations on. Let me scan this. I don't know if they're still inside or what's going on.
Shall I remain seated?
The bottom right-hand side is live. Okay? Bottom right-hand side. Maybe I have to put some text there. That's live, but there's no audio. So I'm, skimming to see what some of these Spanish stations have said now. I'm going to look. Let me see here.
Carolina, gracias. Y vamos a pasar de inmediato. Nuestra compañera Gabriela Andújar se encuentra justamente.
Everybody, please leave. Go outside, cooperate.
Okay, so everybody left. Now let me make the live feed bigger. And I'm going to scan a little bit of the Spanish stations a little bit back just to see what they were saying, see if I can pick up any information. If you guys could help me out with the like button, please, I'd appreciate that. If you could hit the like button, please, I could appreciate that, or I would appreciate that.
Cabo la audiencia donde se conoce el recurso de habeas corpus interpuesto por
Habeas corpus. I spoke about this earlier today on the second channel, but the short video up.
los abogados de Joshua
That's to see if they have the legal right to keep him detained.
Riibe, quien ha estado en la mira de las autoridades nacionales e internacionales desde que la joven Sudiksha Konanki desapareció en las playas del Hotel Riibe
Sudiksha disappeared at the beach.
Pública en Punta Cana.
En Punta Cana.
La barra de la defensa de Riibe, las abogadas Misenis Beatriz Santana y Helen Alexandra Peralta argumentan que su cliente ha cooperado plenamente con las
His attorneys are claiming that he's been cooperating.
Investigaciones y que no existen motivos sólidos para mantenerlo bajo custodia. De hecho, el pasaporte de Joshua fue confiscado desde el pasado 8 de marzo.
His passport was confiscated, I think, Since when? I think March 8th, maybe.
Apenas 2 días después de la desaparición de Konanki. Este recurso de habeas corpus no solo está dirigido en contra del Hotel Riu República, donde se vio a la joven india por última vez, sino también en contra de la Policía Nacional, Politur, DICRIM y la Fiscalía de la Altagracia. Y precisamente nosotros nos encontramos afuera en este momento porque los abogados de cada una de esas partes, a unanimidad, solicitaron al juez que sacaran a la prensa para poder dar curso a este conocimiento.
So she's just talking right now about how they asked the press to be removed from the hearing.
Esta audiencia, y así el juez lo acogió. Sin embargo, han podido entrar medios internacionales sin cámaras ni micrófonos, igual que otros o algunos medios internacionales, algunos medios nacionales, solo
Some international media, local media.
Solo el periodista, sin cámaras ni micrófonos. El juez
So without cameras or without microphones are allowed inside.
dijo que inmediatamente acabe la audiencia va a dar un informe de todo lo que sucedió ahí en el caso de la misteriosa desaparición de Sudiksha Konanki. Por el momento es todo lo que tengo. Yo permanezco aquí.
So that's all she has for now. She said, so basically they're having a hearing inside, but they don't want the press inside. So they kicked everybody out. And so everybody's kind of waiting right now to see what happens. So we are going to get information, but we have to wait for them to come out of the courtroom. Okay, they don't want this live stream the inside. I wish they would have had like a thing where they at least recorded inside, but not let it play live, and then we can watch the recording after. I'm just fast forwarding right now. So the screen again on here, the screen right here, this big screen, the bigger main screen, that's live right now. There's no audio, but that's live, and so everybody's waiting for them to be done inside the courtroom. And there's a bunch of people commenting on this, on not this live stream, but on the news live stream, saying, why is there no audio? What's going on? I guess because they don't know what's happening. And basically what's happening is that we're waiting. That's what we're doing. We're waiting for everybody to come out so we can hear what happened inside. So let me just catch this up. Okay, it's caught up now. Let me see if we can get something else. I'd like to see, there was a clip of a lady speaking outside to everybody. Let me see if here it is. Let me see if we can get a little bit of something from that. Oh, they ended that live. Damn, they just ended that live. Okay. This lady was speaking outside. Let me see if I can get some information about what exactly she was saying. Damn, somebody's spamming the chat saying, Asesino! Asesino! That means assassin. Somebody's spamming the chat over the news station. All right, let's see.
Yo he trabajado, hermano. Como que yo, óyeme. Claro. Ustedes ponen lo estaban dejando entrar, ¿no? Para después caminar así. Hermano.
Sí, sí.
Cogimos para allá y quitarle para allá para acá. Caminé también. Oh. Y ayer en la mañana, otra vez allá.
Muchacho, el diablo. That's how those Dominicans sound. Muchacho, el diablo. Coñazo. All right, let me fast forward a little bit, maybe to when she starts talking, if they clip it. That's the media. Everybody's outside waiting now. Sala de audiencias. How do you translate that? Hallway, I think, maybe hallway of audiences. I'm ashamed to the Latinos and the Dominicans, so I'm doing my best. They didn't like me when I went out there. They called me gringo. Try to rob me and shit. I'm kidding about the rob. I'm kidding. They didn't try to rob me. They probably would have if I wasn't with locals.
Dar seguimiento inmediatamente a este conocimiento de habeas corpus interpuesto por los abogados del joven estadounidense.
So habeas corpus, since we have time and we're stuck waiting anyway, I mentioned that briefly earlier today. I can't even spell that shit. Okay, there we go. Habeas corpus. Habeas corpus is legal writ that compels a person to be brought before a court to determine the legality of their detention, ensuring protection against unlawful imprisonment. I saw somebody on my Facebook page was asking, like, what's the court hearing about? That's basically what it is. A habeas corpus. They took his passport. He's being held in a room. And somebody asked the other day, too, commented on my live stream, who's paying for the hotel? I don't know. Who's paying for the hotel? Because he's now there for an extended stay. And anyway, so there's cops outside of his door. They took his passport. He can't leave the country, and they haven't charged him with anything. So, his lawyer's like, hey, you haven't charged me with nothing. Why are you holding me? Why are you detaining me? Why are you holding me against my will? And so that's what's going on right now in front of the judge. They're both making their arguments. And the other thing that I talked about this morning was that, especially with Dominican Republic, there is a treaty between Dominican Republic and the U.S., but they're saying that it's really hard. Let's say somebody did something and they didn't charge him yet, and then they left Dominican Republic to come to the U.S. It's really hard to get them to bring him back from the U.S. to Dominican Republic. It's not, the other way around is not as hard, but the other way around is. And so the other question was like, do they have a charge, or are they going to charge him with something? Because there's some type of law too with negligence out there. Some type of law that, like, if you I have to look it up again. I mentioned in the video earlier this morning, just some type of they were talking about theory that maybe they can bring on neglect, but I think it might be kind of hard because they were both lit, both messed up. If he really if he didn't do anything nefarious, and he's drunk, passed out. She was drunk, passed out. Well, I mean, I don't know. Where was she passed out? It's still weird. That don't make no sense. Help me out with the like button, please. No notifications. It's like pulling teeth to get people to hit like. Somebody typed a whole paragraph earlier saying we're at work. I was like, you could have hit like in all that time you typed. The whole paragraph, sentence, all that shit you said, just hit the like button. That's all I asked for. I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for super chat, for nothing. Just hit the like button. That's all. I just came out of a fast, so maybe I might be aggy a little bit, maybe a little antsy. 2 likes. There you go, peasant. That's what you get. Okay. I don't know where we're getting audio from. Oh. Maybe somebody in studio. All right, so let me see what else they said here. I don't think I sent out an email yet. Let me send out an email. Did I send an email up? No.
Que está siendo señalado por las autoridades como responsable, o por lo menos como la última persona que vio con vida a la joven india desaparecida desde Punta Cana.
Sudiksha alive.
Estamos mirando imágenes desde la Cámara Penal del Juzgado de Primera Instancia de la provincia La Altagracia.
From the province of Altagracia, we're watching on camera.
Donde se están conociendo en este preciso momento este recurso de habeas corpus interpuesto por los abogados.
So waiting for habeas corpus
de
from the attorneys.
Joshua Riibe, investigado por la desaparición de la joven india.
Joshua Riibe investigated, or Riibe, whatever, investigated for Sudiksha disappearance.
Único señalado como el responsable, o por lo menos la última persona que envió con vida a la joven india.
The last person to have seen her alive, and you can see the cops or investigators.
Las autoridades dominicanas continúan todavía con la búsqueda, esto a pesar de que las condiciones marinas se han tornado un poco agitadas en las últimas 48 horas y lo seguirán haciendo también durante las próximas 48 horas. Sin embargo, todos los recursos destinados aquí en República Dominicana por las autoridades de la Defensa Civil, de la Policía Nacional, de
The cops, the National Defense,
el sistema de emergencia
emergency
911, todas las
911.
autoridades dominicanas trabajando
all the Dominican authorities working. Looks like they're going in the courtroom, maybe.
en conjunto para poder identificar si todavía la joven continúa con vida o por lo pronto recuperar el cadáver.
So all of them came together to search and find out whether she's alive or they'll find a cadaver, so they said, but a body. And you see pictures here of them on the beach. We'll make a short little Instagram post, so I'm gonna keep playing this.
En caso de que haya resultado ahogada en la playa. Recordemos que hace más de una semana esta joven india vino a vacacionar a las playas de Punta Cana con un grupo de jóvenes, un grupo de amigas desde Estados Unidos, y en ese mismo lugar conoció al estadounidense Joshua Riibe, con quien pudo compartir algunas horas videos que se han compartido a través de las redes sociales y dan cuenta que durante la madrugada de su desaparición, la joven y también varios de sus amigos fueron a la playa y posteriormente pudieron verse otras imágenes que dieron así también el aval de que podían haber desarrollado un acercamiento en esa zona turística de Punta Cana. Y por allá tenemos...
He's talking about the videos and everything that was seen. Looks like we're here just waiting for them to come out of the courtroom. This feed here is live. No sound though on the left, the big screen. Joshua Riibe, will he walk away? Will he get to go home? Unless there's something significant. Unless they're going to charge him with something or even negligence. From what I read in that article this morning, all they need is even just a negligence charge that can keep him.
Por ejercer de manera en contra de la sentencia que la condenó a 7 años de prisión por ejercer de manera ilegal como médico. Los jueces dictaron el aplazamiento ante la ausencia.
That's a different story. Okay. Fast forward. They're covering multiple stories on this news station. Yeah, multiple stories. Okay. Gracias, Sábado Gigante. Okay, I think we're caught up. All right. Oh, they ended that live too? What happened? What's the dedication from the Dominican people? Did you just get it off? All right, we got one live news station. I'm going to see if there's any others. ¿Qué pasó, man? Revenga. I love that movie. All right, well, since we're just waiting here, and thank you for some of you hitting the like, not all of you. Thank you to the 500. Thank you for the 500 people that hit like, 513. Now I can put you guys on the big screen. Put you on the big screen. Sudiksha. I got a video from the parents. Okay, let's check this out. This just came out. Oh man, this is tough. All right, give me a sec. Give me 1 second. I have something to share with you guys. Give me a minute or two. Got something. It's kind of rough. This is rough. Let's do this. Covering Riibe, Joshua Riibe. Okay, so here's a video. I'm going to show you this now from the parents of Sudiksha.
Sadness and heavy. No.
Here's the parents right here.
And heavy heart that we are coming to the terms with the fact that our daughter has died. This is incredibly difficult for us to process. We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers. We still have 2 young children to care for, and they are at a very tender age. In light of this, we respectfully request some space, time, and privacy to focus on healing us and helping our children recover as we try to move forward with our lives.
Damn.
With deep sadness and heavy. No.
That's horrible.
We heard that we are coming to the terms with the fact that our daughter has died. This is incredibly difficult for us to process. We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers. We still have 2 young children to care for, and they are at a very tender age. In light of this, we respectfully request some space, time, and privacy to focus on healing us and helping our children.
So I really wonder if the request that the parents have made to declare her dead and they believe that she just drowned, and that's going to affect today's hearing, the habeas corpus. I said the only way I think they can keep him held is if there's something we don't know that they believe, for whatever reason, or if they can somehow get him on neglect. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's sad. Gunshots, yeah, that was a clip that I saw in the background. I was scrolling and it played automatically. It's a different situation. Kids getting into a shootout. Young kids. It's crazy. Okay, let me see what else. Joshua Riibe.
Una colegiada allá adelante. ¿Cómo la sesión de Joshua? Ya cambiaron. Vaya, venga. Dame esa policía. Por aquí, venga.
¿Dónde vamos?
Aquí estamos, señores. Lo estamos movilizando a otra sala. Porque temas de espacio, acaban de cambiar a la sala del tribunal colegiado del Palacio de Justicia de Higüey.
That was earlier when they were walking in. What was taking so long? Is that it? They're coming out now? I may never probably travel again. Bro, there's plenty of places here locally you can go and party, bro.
Bricia for be here. Señores, habrá
Reporters
negociaciones
without
directas.
cameras allowed.
Reporters without cameras allowed? Okay.
Reporters without cameras.
Okay. Take it easy. Take it easy. I go inside. I haven't heard of that amethyst. I hope so. Need to unsuppress my well, my Facebook got unrestricted, I guess. I guess. Facebook. Show me the love, Facebook. Show me the love. Is there any new people? Make sure you guys follow me. I haven't hit 100K yet. I've been stuck at 93,000. Facebook. Y'all go ahead and show me love. Show what to do. Let me share this in the group thing here. We're being very transparent. Now get the hell out. Come back later. We're going to do this. Yes, we believe in justice and transparency. Yes, yeah, get out. Okay, what? Transparency. Shit, if it was me, I'd want it to be on national TV, just in case they deep six me, make me disappear. I want this shit on TV, recorded and everything, just in case they try to, I don't know. But I don't think they'll do it just because it's on like kind of national, I guess, national story. I think the chances are he'll probably walk away, especially with the family saying, "Wow, this is kind of unrelated," but apparently. Doxing website. There's a new website. Doxing website. Remember Candace Owens a long time ago had started a doxing website. Doxing website that shows personal details of Tesla owners has Molotov cocktail cursor as a cursor. Wow. There's a lot of people pissed off with Elon. And so they're attacking a lot of the dealerships or any of the car owners. I made a post on Facebook. I posted earlier. Where are we at? I posted this earlier. This fire in the early hours of Tuesday, March 18, multiple vehicles were set ablaze at the Tesla Collision Center. So eyewitnesses seen several Tesla vehicles engulfed in flames, with the building vandalized with graffiti, including the word resist. Resist! We're fighting back! And so supposedly there was conservative people were being targeted too, like being doxxed. Not doxxed. They were being swatted. And what the method was is supposedly you'd get a pizza at your house, and shortly after you'd get swatted. I don't know if they just wanted to confirm the identity or confirm that somebody's home, and then they'd swat you after. That's what's kind of been going around. So we're waiting. I don't know, Riibe. Just make sure we didn't miss nothing, right? Okay. Okay, we're good. They've been in there for a while now. Oh, okay.
Conoce un tribunal colegiado es el que conoce una fase de un juicio de fondo. Ya cuando esa
I've always kind of wanted to do a TV like that behind me, but I think there'd be a glare. If I did a TV like this guy. See who's coming out. Cop coming out. Okay, la policía. 12, as they say. Let me see if I get a big screen. Did I have a big screen of this guy? I guess you guys could. Oh, there we go. Like a little TV. But I don't know if that's too much to have a TV behind me. I think it might be too much glare too. It's got because I got this window coming in, all this light coming in. It might be a little too much. Might be a little too much. Oh, okay, pink 99 pink balloons. I almost said 99 pink balls. I thought your name was Pink Balls, but it's balloons. I got to learn to read the whole thing. Balloon says making Josh responsible means her friends are also responsible. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That's true. If you're going to hold him from negligence, then you have to hold the friends, I think, accountable too. You think I should go full green screen? I used to have years ago, I used to have a green screen. And there's pros and cons. I mean, it's cool because it's a little more flexible. I can get rid of the background. I can blend in more with this, whatever's on the screen, or I can put whatever behind me. But you have to have like the exact perfect lighting, and the lighting has to be right. And it takes up space. But yeah, you're gonna have to charge the friends too then if you're gonna charge Riibe. You remember the green screen, Bear? Yeah, you've been here for a while then, yeah. Chubba Wubba says, I think they broke girl code for real, yeah. Thanks, Roxy. The plants. The green screen, I think it's in the trash somewhere. I think I got rid of it a long time ago. I'd have to get a new one though anyway for this place. Bigger, like a bigger size. Let me see what they're saying on Facebook. I'm surprised it's taking that long because I thought this was just habeas corpus. Why is it taking longer? They did say reporters can go in, so, but no cameras. What's the person saying?
Or Or this King of Swords could be
she doing
the judge. The King of Swords and the Emperor could be I'm feeling like they still feel like he's not being truthful about something or something. Because look, there go the Queen of Wands. What's behind the Queen of Wands? The Ten of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. I feel like it's something where they feeling like I said in the last video, when I was saying, what was it? I don't know, 1B, 1A or 1B. I was saying something about they gonna try to because this what it's looking like. They're gonna try to say that he did it or something. They trying to make him take the blame, because if he's not considered a suspect or a person of interest, why go through all this to have him come in court if y'all don't feel like he didn't do nothing? I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding that. And then you have the King of Pentacles already had came out in reverse with the Temperance card upright. And then you have this Queen of Pentacles coming out with the Empress. I feel like it's like they trying to attach him to this somehow, but then they don't have a body. Or I don't know if this has something to do with her family. Something that they like, because I did see too that they're saying that, which like I said, I would never stop looking for my child. If that was my child, I don't have kids, but if I did, man, I would have to literally move down there at that point. I would literally have to move to the Dominican Republic, because I'm not giving up on my child. Y'all not just about to take my child away. I don't know if this man did it. I don't know if she got kidnapped. It's so many things, and it's like really is making me upset that they just willing to declare her gone like that. You don't even know for sure. How could you be so quick to want to just like they were so quick to not want to say that she drowned and stuff like that? Why are y'all trying to be so quick to declare that she's dead? And I feel like before I even pull any cards, I feel like the reason because they're doing that is because they want money. They live in the United States. Her family don't live in India, even though India got to be a very prosperous country. But I feel like y'all live in the United States. Y'all need, I'm not going to say it's a possibility, because I was about to say maybe they need money. Maybe they don't need money, but it's breaking my heart. That girl had a promising future, and y'all just willing to give up on her.
Man,
it's sad. Y'all don't even know for sure. Like, you don't got a body or nothing to declare that she's dead, and you just willing to give up on her. And I know they had to be watching them since the time she got off the whatever, how they got there. They had to been watching them the whole freaking time.
Move on. I was just checking somebody out. Okay. Let's see. We're still waiting. Court appearance. We're live. Las noticias que tiene aquí. See what they're saying over here.
Llevando ese caso y discutiendo con usted. Chao. Mi vecina es de la dijo que eso es una vergüenza grande para ellos, es lo que le estoy diciendo. En eso es que estamos, Lucerita. Aquí no estamos en chisme, canal equivocado, puede sintonizar otro si viene a chimear. Así mismo TS, mi vecina es de la isla y me dijo que eso para ellos es una vergüenza grande. Eso es lo que eso se está escuchando también. Eso se está lo borraste. Qué bueno que lo borraste, porque aquí chisme no estamos. Mire cómo se llama este canal. Dios te está hablando TV.
Saying this channel's not about jokes. It's not about jokes. All right. Libertad.
De sismos chicos aquí en California. Hemos tenido 3, 2 en el sur de California y uno en el norte de California.
Okay. I'm not sure he's referring to as far as being embarrassed.
Vamos a escuchar ahora las peticiones que pide a la abogada.
Vamos a escuchar lo que pide el abogado. ¿Cuántos shows? Así es que, lamentablemente.
Bueno, les decía que Joshua es considerado persona de interés y testigo del caso de Sudiksha Konanki, que es por ser la última persona con la que fue captada en cámaras de seguridad del...
Okay, they're just repeating the same stuff. Sudiksha disappeared. Box. We're waiting for you to come home, Riibe. Somebody posted on Facebook. Somebody from Iowa. That's where Riibe's from. We're waiting for you. Got another live here. Todavía esperando. Oh, I wonder if I should do it like Facebook does. He said gossip, not jokes. Okay, thank you. Chisme. I know, it's a good question, Brendan. They have dogs, search dogs. Noticias.
Y le preguntan que cuándo él pretende irse de vuelta a casa. Y dice él, cuando le permitan a mi hijo retornar a los Estados Unidos.
When are they going to let my son return to the United States?
¿Y por qué su hijo no lo dejan ir?
And why won't they let your son leave?
Y vuelve y repite su padre, porque él es parte de esta investigación.
And then the father repeats he's part of this investigation.
Por la investigación, él dice, por la investigación.
For the investigation.
Y agrega que Joshua no tiene ni su celular,
Joshua doesn't have his cell
no
phone.
tiene su pasaporte
Doesn't have his passport.
y que a Joshua no lo han dejado salir del hotel.
They haven't let him leave the hotel.
¿Ok? Dice que esta es que lleva, he says it's been over an hour since he left the hotel. Y dice que esta es pues lo que sería la primera vez, es lo que estoy entendiendo por lo que tengo aquí, que tiene una hora pues en ese momento, a las 3:09 de la tarde, el papá declaró que tenían aproximadamente una hora fuera del Hotel República.
Yeah, 1 hour outside of the hotel. Let me see what they say there.
Y dice que esta es pues lo que sería la primera vez, es lo que estoy entendiendo por lo que tengo aquí, que tiene una hora pues en ese momento, a las 3:09 de la tarde.
3:09 p.m.
El papá declaró que tenían aproximadamente una hora fuera del Hotel
They had 1 hour outside of the hotel room.
República. Ahora, justamente hace apenas unos 12 minutos, 3:27, retornó el juez a la sala de audiencia y ahora, justamente a las 3:27, estaban juramentando a Joshua Stephen Riibe cuando dice: yo fui detenido el sábado.
I was detained Saturday.
Me llevaron mi pasaporte
They took my
y mi
passport,
celular.
cell phone.
Yo pensé que yo me iría a casa ese día.
I thought I was going to go home that day.
Eso fue lo primero que dijo Joshua Stephen Riibe
That was the first thing Joshua Riibe said.
en la sala de audiencia
And inside the hearing, that's the first thing he said.
al ser juramentado. Él dice: yo fui detenido el sábado,
I was detained Saturday.
me quitaron mi pasaporte y mi
They took my passport,
celular.
my cell phone.
Yo pensaba que yo me iba a casa ese día.
I
Él
thought I was
pensaba
going home that
que
day.
él se iba a casa el 8 de marzo. A ver,
That was March 8th. So we're on the 18th now.
vamos a seguir avanzando. A ver, 3:29, hace unos, 11 minutos, hace unos, aproximadamente, dice aquí, y aquí dice lo que, y voy a citar: desde ese día, es decir, desde el 8 de marzo, perdí
From March 8th,
mi pasaporte
I asked for my
y
passport.
perdí mi celular
Oh, sorry. I lost my passport. I lost my phone.
y yo he estado solo.
And I've been alone. I think he means they took
Joshua dice que
Joshua says
donde él se encuentra está bajo vigilancia, que él está siendo watched, bajo vigilancia.
he sees himself under surveillance.
Ok, aquí lo que dice es que Joshua says he was at the room after he was being watched. They left the room. When they got back, they met with police and that they were angry that he had left. Ok.
So she said that they were angry. I'm just kidding, because she said it in English.
Él relata que en una ocasión, justo al inicio de las indagatorias por la desaparición de Konanki, que él se había ido de su habitación momentáneamente, y cuando retornó, él dice que las autoridades, la policía, dice la policía.
So he left for a little bit, I guess, to his hotel room. He comes back, and they're pissed.
Estaba enojado con él porque él se había ido de su habitación.
They're pissed off at him because he left.
Entonces dice: me siguen si voy a comer, se sientan conmigo y me ven comer.
You guys see me all the time. You see me eat. You see me drink my food.
Ha ido a la playa 3 veces a hablar con los investigadores.
I've gone to the beach 3 times to talk to the investigators.
Ha tratado de irse. He tratado de irme del resort para visitar la embajada. Se refieren
I've tried to leave the resort to visit
entonces a la embajada norteamericana.
the embassy. I guess the embassy. I've tried to leave to visit the embassy.
Se refiere a la embajada norteamericana.
He got refused.
ellos querían ir a la embajada y cuando él dice, las autoridades se enteraron que él quería salir del hotel para ir a la embajada norteamericana, que se armó, como quien dice en buen dominicano, un avispero y que tuvieron que permanecer en el lobby y esperar instrucciones, clarificación por parte de las autoridades. Y dice que ese día él fue escortado.
Escorted. I don't know if they're talking about the embassy. I think that they had to wait for instructions in the lobby.
A la embajada, escoltado a la embajada, ida y vuelta por las autoridades. Dice que hasta para almorzar ese día también estuvo escoltado. Y voy a citar lo que dice: lo principal es que nosotros no podemos salir de nuestra habitación.
The principle is that we cannot leave, or I cannot leave from my hotel.
Porque en la mañana ellos vienen y nos buscan para entrevistas.
In the morning they come and get us for interviews.
And we have no form of communication. O sea, que él está diciendo que él no tiene comunicación con sus padres.
In other words, he has no way to communicate because they took his cell phone.
Porque él lo mantienen en la habitación y solo lo sacan para ir a las entrevistas.
When they take him out, he only gets time to go out for the interviews. They took his cell phone. I'm telling you, some of these people that like hate this place, hate this country, always complaining, they should just toss them in another country. They're gonna go live there. We should fund them to get them out of here.
Y él no tiene, como no tiene su celular, no tiene ni siquiera como
because he doesn't have a cell phone, he has no way to communicate.
Comunicarse. Vamos a ver qué más dice el joven estadounidense, y vamos a recalcar y repasar lo que acabo de mencionar, que él acaba de testificar, es que Joshua Stephen Riibe,
she's kind of going over the details again, and that he got done. He testified, he spoke at the hearing.
En la sala de audiencia está luchando y pidiendo su libertad.
He's asking for his freedom. Joshua Riibe.
Su libertad mediante este habeas corpus para que él pueda irse a Estados Unidos.
So he's speaking on his behalf. He's testifying so that he can go back to the United States of America.
Sabemos que Joshua es la persona que estuvo con Konanki por última vez el 6 de marzo, en las horas de la madrugada pasadas.
Just going over the timeline again and what happened in the disappearance. Pretty crazy. It's pretty scary. Pretty scary. Imagine getting caught up in something like this, and now you don't get the same, it seems like you don't get the same privileges as you would in America. You get your phone call, you get your whatever, you get some more rights. They have to release you within a certain amount of time. If they have nothing, if they're gonna charge with nothing, you got nothing on you officially, I'm gone. I got my lawyer, I'm out of this bitch. Not over here. 24/7 surveillance. He's been there almost 2 weeks now, and they're having this habeas corpus because the attorneys are calling for it. And I really wonder what's going on in there. Let's see. Let's keep going on. Let's see.
Esta entrevista que se le llevó a cabo, y hago hincapié en la palabra entrevista, porque las autoridades han dicho que Joshua Stephen Riibe es un testigo.
So the authorities are saying that Joshua Riibe, he's a witness.
Testigo, no es una persona que se encuentra detenida.
He's not. They're saying supposedly he's not a person that's being detained, but he's a witness, as I guess, to what happened.
De hecho, les voy a decir que lo presentamos.
And Flora, if you're in the chat, help me out too. I'm gonna put the chat on the middle screen now. All right, in case I say something wrong or whatever, if you catch it, just say it. Type it out.
Justamente en la primera emisión de Noticias SN, conversó con una fuente muy cercana, de muy alto nivel, cerca de la investigación, y esa persona nos dijo a nosotros que ellos
So they spoke to somebody close to the investigation.
estaban listos para cerrar la investigación.
They were ready to close the investigation.
Y declarar y cerrar el caso y decir que esto fue un ahogamiento accidental.
So they're ready to close the investigation, call an accident.
Un ahogamiento accidental y que en ningún momento esta persona nos dijo a nosotros que en ningún momento ellos, las autoridades dominicanas, ni siquiera han contemplado que ocurrió un hecho violento.
They haven't even contemplated that this was like a violent incident.
A pesar que esto contradice realmente el comunicado que presentó el Ministerio Público el miércoles, que dice que ellos estaban investigando mucho más allá de un posible evento accidental y que estaban explorando todas las vías y avenidas.
So they were exploring all the avenues.
¿Verdad? Sabemos que las autoridades han entrevistado a más de 50 personas durante
The authorities have interviewed more than, I think 50 is 50.
todo este proceso de investigación.
50 people.
Entonces, por eso precisamente los representantes legales de Joshua Stephen Wright dicen que esto es una detención irregular.
And so Joshua's attorneys are saying this is a detention, irregular detention.
A pesar de que él se encuentra en el hotel, ¿verdad? A pesar de que él se encuentra en el hotel, tienen su pasaporte confiscado desde el 8.
Damn, Island Thrift, you savage. Island Thrift said this is a reminder not to cheat. You're crazy. I wonder what his girlfriend's going to think or say about this. Oh boy.
De marzo. Y que él se mantiene bajo estricta vigilancia de las autoridades.
Same thing again, under strict surveillance.
Esta fuente con la cual yo conversé de manera muy extensa la mañana de este martes me dice que alega que Joshua Stephen Wright entregó de manera voluntaria su pasaporte.
So she's saying that supposedly she had spoken to somebody that he had voluntarily handed in his passport.
Stephen Wright entregó de manera voluntaria su pasaporte y que los representantes legales de Joshua no han hecho una solicitud formal, ni siquiera han pedido que le retornen ese pasaporte. Y se
And so they're saying that they didn't ask for the passport back, Riibe's people, and that they said that he voluntarily did it with a gun held to his head. And it does, no, I'm just kidding, not that. It's just crazy.
Contacto con los representantes legales de Joshua Stephen Wright y no obtuve respuesta si efectivamente ellos han hecho una solicitud formal de que le retornen, ¿no? Que le devuelvan.
So they're saying, I'm guessing this is from maybe the prosecution, or there are people saying that they didn't file anything formal to ask for it back, which maybe they shouldn't take it in the first place if they have nothing.
Ese pasaporte para que él se
His girlfriend already got another man.
Pueda retirar. Pero quiero hacer hincapié en esta conversación que sostuve este martes con una persona muy cercana a la investigación de alto nivel, y esta persona nos dijo pues que se preparaban para cerrar el caso, para declarar la muerte o la desaparición
ready to close the case and declare her dead.
Como un accidente, como un ahogamiento, y esto se suma pues a esa carta que envió la familia de Konanki.
That was the letter that the family sent.
A la Policía Nacional, específicamente al DICRIM, pidiendo que declaren como fallecida a su hijo y que ellos aceptan que esto fue un accidente y que
That the family accepts that this is an
no
accident.
consideran que hubo manos criminales en la desaparición de su hija. Estamos viendo imágenes en vivo desde afuera de las salas de audiencia, donde en estos...
Let's just talk about there's this live footage outside of the courthouse. We're all still waiting. It's taken I didn't think it was going to take this long, or that there'd be that much to go back and forth about in the courtroom. But they're still going back and
Estamos
forth.
en vivo, señores. Esto es una situación sumamente fluida y quiero poder compartir con ustedes minuto a minuto lo que está sucediendo. Nuestra compañera Gabriela Andújar se encuentra dentro de la sala de audiencia sin cámara. Ella se encuentra con su celular.
She's talking, I think, to a reporter that's inside with her cell
Con
phone.
nosotros lo que está pasando. Entonces,
So
¿qué
she's
está
getting
pasando
text.
a esta hora? Voy a darle un poquito para atrás.
So she's getting text what's happening inside.
Una de las cosas que ha dicho Joshua Stephen Ribe, que declara en estos momentos, es que él se quiere ir a casa, que quiere ver a su familia.
Joshua is saying that he wants to go home. He wants to go home to his family.
Yo entiendo que yo estoy aquí para ayudar y eso es lo que he tratado de hacer.
I understand that I'm here to help, and that's all I've tried to do.
Voy a citarlo. I understand I'm here to help, but it's been 10 days. Él
10
dice,
days.
yo entiendo que lo que yo estoy haciendo es ayudar, pero ya han pasado 10 días.
And just repeating the same thing in Spanish. I understand, I'm here to help, but it's been 10 days. Okay.
Ya han pasado 10 días. Wow. Miren lo que declaró Joshua Stephen Ribe hace unos momentos.
And she's saying, listen to what Joshua declared a couple
Él
moments
dice
ago.
que la madre de Konanki, antes de irse,
The mother of Konanki, before leaving,
lo abrazó
gave him a hug, Joshua Riibe,
y le dio las gracias.
and gave him thanks.
Esto es lo que él está declarando en estos momentos en la sala de audiencia, que le dio las gracias por tratar de salvarle la vida a su hija.
Wow. And so she's saying that Konaki's mother walked up to Joshua, gave him a big hug, and thanked him for trying to save her daughter's life. That's pretty big. Wow.
Says the mother of the victim, he said she hugged him and thanked him for saving her the first time. Es decir, que él dice que la madre de Konanki le dio las gracias, lo abrazó y que gracias por tratar de salvarla la primera vez. Y eso es clave lo que le está diciendo, porque Joshua Stephen Ribe ha declarado que cuando ellos logran llegar a la orilla, él sale de la playa. Cuando él mira hacia la playa, él ve a Konanki caminando de manera paralela.
So she's telling the story again of what Joshua said, that like he gets out of the water, he gets, I guess, on the sand, and he looks back, I guess, and he sees Konanki walking parallel along like the water and the shore.
A la orilla, ¿verdad? Le pregunta, importante, debo de decir, porque eso está en esa entrevista que le realizaron a Joshua Stephen Ribe del 12 de marzo, que él ve que Konanki tiene el agua por las rodillas en este momento.
And he looks back, and as he sees that Konanki has the water up to her knees.
Él se vira y le dice, "Are you okay?"
And he says, "Are you okay?
¿Estás bien?"
Are you okay?"
Dice no escuchar su respuesta y él comienza
And he couldn't hear her response.
a vomitar
And he starts vomiting
por
seawater,
todo el agua que él había tragado de mar
for all the water that he
cuando
swallowed.
fueron golpeados por esa gran ola
When they were hit by the big
que
wave,
los llevó mar adentro y que él en ese momento logró salvarla a él y salvarse él mismo. ¿Ok? Volvemos a donde él está, ¿verdad? Él está fuera del agua, él dice que la ve caminando, lo que él presumió,
he's outside of the water and he sees her walking.
que es lo que él dice, que él presumió que ella iba en dirección hacia su ropa, que de hecho
And what he presumed is that she was going in the direction of her clothes to get her things.
las autoridades la encontraron, esas fotografías de la ropa que tenía puesta
The pictures that the authorities found.
la joven Konanki ese día fueron encontrados por las autoridades sin signos de violencia. Ese es
So they're saying, they found her stuff that day and there was no signs of violence.
también en un cheilón, como decimos aquí en República Dominicana, en una silla de playa. Entonces,
Where her stuff was found,
Ver.
the beach chair.
y voy a citar una declaración que dice, y esto fue a las 3:33, hace apenas unos 20 minutos, él dice, y lo voy a citar, yo he hecho todo lo que yo puedo hacer en este momento,
I've done everything I can do in this moment.
no sé qué más puedo hacer.
I don't know what else I can do. I've done everything I can do. That's what
Y
Joshua was
luego
saying
agrega,
in the courtroom.
yo solo estoy esperando irme a casa
I'm just waiting to go home
y que me devuelvan mi vida.
and that they give me my life back.
I just want to get my life back. O sea, él quiere volver a su rutina, él quiere volver a Estados Unidos, él quiere volver a Iowa,
This reporter is doing such an amazing job.
él quiere volver a su vida.
English,
Eso es lo que él quiere
Spanish.
decir cuando él dice, I'm waiting to go back home and go back to my life. Estoy esperando volver a mi casa y quiero volver a mi vida. Las autoridades dominicanas argumentan
The Dominican authorities now they're arguing
que todas esas entrevistas que se han realizado
all those interviews that were done.
a Joshua Stephen Riibe no han sido interrogatorios
That they haven't been interrogations.
y aclaran que han sido entrevistas.
And they're clarifying that it's been interviews. We're not interrogating him, we're just interviewing him.
Como testigo.
Like a witness. We're not interrogating him, so we're just doing multiple interviews as a witness.
El Estado se ha mantenido firme, las autoridades se han mantenido firme en esa declaración de que Joshua es un testigo de los hechos, que él no está detenido, que
That he's a witness, that he's not detained. That's the craziest shit to me. It's probably got to be frustrating. You know, I don't know what they know. You know, I don't know if the cops know something or not. But if I'm in some other country, even if it's Dominican Republic, where my family's from, even if it's from Dominican Republic, I'd probably get pissed. What do you mean I'm not detained? I mean, I know you have to decorum in the court. You don't want to snap or anything, but got to be infuriating that you got 24-hour surveillance. They're holding you inside the room. They took your cell phone. Your cell phone? A cell phone? I got two phones. One for the whatever. You know? Your cell phones, you can't talk to your family. You're in some being held like a terrorist in some camp and shit. In some place that can't even barely keep the power on. What the?
que él no es una persona, es sospechosa en este caso, y que son entrevistas, no interrogatorios. Palabras muy diferentes, aunque muchas
Terms that are very different. Not
veces
interrogated. You're just a witness and we're interviewing.
se pueden utilizar, intercambiarlas. Hay una gran diferencia en el marco jurídico cuando
There's a big difference.
hablamos de interrogatorio, cuando hablamos de entrevista, entrevista como testigo. A ver, el magistrado Eduardo Velázquez está mostrando al juez ese interrogatorio al que tuvo acceso Noticias SCN, que fue presentado por nosotros, ese interrogatorio del 12 de marzo, que también fue presentado de manera extensa en el informe con Alicia Ortega en el día de ayer, donde sabemos que en al menos 8 ocasiones Joshua
Let's talk about on 8 occasions. I kind of missed. I was trying to understand. I had a hard time, but on 8 occasions.
Stephen Riibe se apegó a la recomendación legal de sus abogados de no responder ciertas preguntas.
Oh, so he didn't answer a couple questions. Yeah.
¿Verdad? De no responder
You know, his attorney told him not to answer.
ciertas preguntas. Y aquí es donde nos encontramos en estos momentos. Estoy recibiendo la información a medida que nos pasen porque, como bien saben, solo tienen dentro de la sala de audiencia a 3 periodistas internacionales y a 3 periodistas locales.
Newspaper or medias.
Sin las cámaras, o sea que están...
So there's media in there without cameras, but I guess they're tweeting or I don't know what they use over there. What kind of technology they have over there. Maybe they're texting, I guess. SMS, like the old non-RCS, non-iMessage. Just like a, I don't know, Nokia text.
Escribiendo y compartiendo a medida que sucede, compartiendo con nosotros lo que está sucediendo dentro de la sala de audiencia. Y aquí dice, el fiscal Eduardo Velázquez dice, ellos están...
Beepers.
Y esto, a ver, perdón, porque recuerden, estoy traduciendo de el inglés al español. Velázquez tenemos imágenes ahora
Oh, there's some images. What the chick streaming from inside?
No son imágenes en vivo, esas son imágenes que ha compartido nuestra compañera Gabriela Andújar dentro de la sala de audiencias. Se recuerdan que cuando iba a iniciar el juez recesó 5 minutos y sacó a toda la prensa y luego, bueno, se pusieron de acuerdo y dejaron entrar, como bien dije, a 3 medios internacionales y a 3 medios locales.
They'll let some media in.
Estas son imágenes que nuestra compañera Gabriela Andújar mandó, que grabó con su celular
She recorded this for herself.
de lo que está sucediendo. Entonces vamos a retornar con lo que está pasando en esos momentos en la sala de audiencias. Esto fue aproximadamente a las 3:47, son las 3:56, hace apenas unos 8 minutos. Y voy a retomar lo que estaba hablando de que el fiscal Eduardo Velázquez dice que él está mostrando la entrevista que fue filtrada a la prensa y que en Noticias TCN presentó como evidencia para demostrar que en esa entrevista que se le realizó a Joshua Stephen Riibe, él está siendo llamado testigo de los hechos.
So they're showing something presenting that Joshua Riibe is being called as a witness.
Entonces él argumenta que la defensa de Joshua Stephen Riibe no ha podido demostrar con evidencia de que él está siendo detenido y que además sus derechos, sus libertades están siendo, o su libertad está siendo coartada, a pesar de que, como bien les mencioné, lo que declaró Joshua Stephen Riibe es que él está confinado a su habitación.
He's saying Joshua Riibe said he's being confined.
Las autoridades se sientan con él a comer, lo acompañan a todos lados y él realmente no tiene plena libertad ni siquiera de moverse en el hotel porque él se
can't even move throughout the hotel.
encuentra bajo vigilancia. Más sin embargo, las autoridades dicen que Joshua Stephen Riibe llegó a la sala de audiencias, a la corte en el día de hoy, libre, sin custodia policial, con sus abogados, a presentarse y pues al conocimiento pues de este recurso de habeas corpus. Entonces vamos a ver qué más ha dicho. Vamos a ver qué más ha dicho el magistrado Eduardo Velázquez. Aquí lo que dice es que él está manteniendo, que es lo que venimos recalcando, su argumento de que efectivamente él no se encuentra en custodia, que
He's not in
él
custody.
no se encuentra en custodia. Vamos a ver entonces, y Velázquez, el magistrado, dice que él se encuentra con sus abogados y con su padre y que él está en plena libertad de utilizar el hotel, él puede tomar, él puede comer y que sobre todo, dice Velázquez, por parte de las autoridades dominicanas, que él es un testigo y que él no ha sido interrogado. Ahí ven
He's a witness and he hasn't been
lo
interrogated.
que hablábamos y lo que les mencionaba. Las palabras no son, son exclusivas, ¿verdad? Interrogatorio, entrevista. Y ahí es que hay una línea gris, ¿verdad? Que tendremos que ver qué va a determinar, qué fallo tendrá el juez en torno a lo que ha presentado la defensa de Joshua Stephen Riibe y lo que argumenta el Estado, las autoridades dominicanas, de
Just have to go everything that's being presented by the
que
defense,
en todo momento
prosecution.
Joshua Stephen Riibe ha sido un testigo, ¿no?, de los hechos, un testigo de la desaparición de la
I mean, if he's a witness, then I guess he can
joven
go, no?
Sudiksha Konanki. Esto es lo que tengo hasta este momento. Nos compartió nuestra compañera Gabriela Andújar, que se encuentra en estos momentos
So they have a reporter inside.
actualizada por otra vía. Y vamos entonces a recapitular, ¿no?, lo que ha sucedido la tarde de hoy. Sabemos que pasadas las 2 de la tarde, Joshua Stephen Riibe llegó acompañado de sus representantes legales.
Person is so mad. I'm not being able to translate. There's a person in the chat complaining. Her name is Yara, and she said something about you hate yourself, and I'm offended for all the Dominican. Offended. She sounded like a Karen. Offended for all the entire country of Dominican Republic. And shame on you, and you hate yourself. The same thing those people always say. You hate yourself, blah, blah, blah. Uncle Tom. Bunch of conservative racists here, and it's sad that you hate who you are. LMAO, pathetic even. That's crazy, bro. She's really upset about the jokes that I made. Get over yourself. Make jokes about everything and everywhere, but you only get offended with a Spanish place or something. You racist. How about that? Which iPhone 16 do you have? Do you have the Pro Max? Just kidding. It's weird. And still stays here too. Still in the chat.
Al conocimiento del recurso de habeas corpus, donde su defensa alega que Joshua Riibe está siendo detenido irregularmente porque las autoridades mantienen confiscado pues su pasaporte y de que él no tiene plena libertad, que eso no es cierto, que su defendido no tiene plena libertad de irse del país.
I think there's probably some type of insecurity you have if you're being so offended for an entire country over like a light joke. And some of the stuff is serious, like the power outages. The hotel had the power outage. We covered that recently. There's people complaining about the hotel. That's all we covered. The cell phone thing was a joke. Yo, if that offends you and you're so over your mind and it's your first time on the internet, I don't know what to tell you, man. Get out of here. I almost want to say go fuck yourself, but that's a little too much. Just go watch another stream. Move on. You have whatever. Oh, you could have left. You didn't have to do that. You could have let her complain in there.
A Noticias SN que Joshua
and by the way, you can't speak on everybody from the Dominican Republic. Like, who are you to come in here and be like, I'm offended for the entire country, blah, blah. Who are you? You're one person. Your problem is tribalism. You think you represent everybody. You don't represent everybody. All right, mama. Go to the Spanish channel and watch the Spanish channel. Some Puerto Rican in here complaining. Get out of here. She says she's Puerto Rican. Get out of here with that shit. I've been to Puerto Rico too. Get out of here.
De manera voluntaria ese pasaporte. Él entregó de manera voluntaria ese pasaporte. Y lo que procede es que su equipo de defensa pues someta una comunicación formal pidiendo pues que le retornen ese pasaporte. Yo personalmente he tratado de hacer contacto con una de las abogadas.
So she's trying to do contact with one of the attorneys.
De Joshua Riibe para
Riibe.
saber si efectivamente ellos han hecho esa solicitud o si tienen alguna constancia de que han solicitado que se les retorne su pasaporte y que él solamente es un testigo, como lo llaman las autoridades dominicanas, y ya han pasado, estamos a 12 días
It's been 12 days
días
now.
de la desaparición
12
de la
days
joven
passed.
Sudiksha Konanki, que él está en su pleno derecho de irse. Ya esto no aparenta, según sus abogados, de que él está siendo tratado como una persona que fue testigo de un hecho, sino más bien él está siendo tratado como un
Sandra, that's so true. It's so crazy over there, Haiti.
una
Oh my
persona
God.
que se le guarda su libertad. Él está confinado al hotel.
Oh, that was me for a second. Okay,
Vamos a
let's see.
escuchar. Es una situación sumamente fluida y vamos
It's a fluid situation. We're
a
gonna
escuchar
listen.
entonces ese video que nuestra compañera Gabriela Andújar, que se encuentra dentro de la sala de audiencia.
Okay, there's a video they're gonna play.
Por haber sido presentada conforme lo dispuesto por los artículos de la Constitución Dominicana, Código Procesal Penal, así como la Ley 137.11
I can't even understand it.
y de los precedentes constitucionales que hemos citado en esta acción. Segundo, acoger en cuanto al fondo la presente acción de habeas corpus en contra de los accionados por economía procesal, no se voy a volver a mencionar. Disponiendo la inmediata puesta en libertad del ciudadano Joshua Riibe.
90 Day Fiance.
Tercero, que sea
chocante escuchar esto. Fíjense ustedes que él dice que la madre de Konanki, antes de irse.
So she's repeating the same thing. The mother of Konanki hugged him. Oh shoot. Oops. Oh no, I closed it up by accident. Oh, I gotta find it. She was really good. Where's it at? Oh, something's echoing. All right, let me type it in and get it back up. She was really good. Where are you? Let me try typing out the news channel. Here it is. Okay.
Ante el Ministerio Público o la policía o cualquier otra agencia ejecutiva que realice actividades auxiliares de investigación. Un ministerial es un auxiliar de la justicia para notificar documentaciones, pero no para recibir una denuncia. Ese presupuesto, que es el número 4, viola lo que es el 262. Eso no es denuncia conforme a la norma. Por lo que el tribunal, usted, al momento de ponderar eso, que viola el 262 la norma, lo va a rechazar. La reservación de vuelo no es un hecho no controvertido de que el testigo Joshua Riibe. ¿Cuál es el problema?
What is the problem?
Que disfrute la instalación de ese hotel, que la está pagando el Ministerio Público el sol de hoy. ¿Dónde está el arresto? Nunca ha sido arrestado, nunca ha sido detenido.
He was never detained. I don't know why this guy's yelling.
¿Dónde está la privación o conculcación de ese derecho fundamental? No la hay. Entonces, ese presupuesto que es el auténtico, Dios mío.
Dios mío, my God.
Eso se corrobora, la verdad. En una acta de entrevista, voy a saltar para después volver a la prueba documental número 6, donde usted pone, fíjese, ojo avisó, le quisieron venir el cuento, su teoría editada, porque es editada. En el acta de entrevista que ellos mismos aportan, de fecha 12 de marzo del año en curso. Me voy
12 of March.
Después de las generales del testigo Joshua Riibe.
The witness, Riibe.
Y está siendo entrevistado en condición de testigo. La primera página de la entrevista. Eso no es un interrogatorio. Ellos mismos están aportando la prueba documental número 6. Testigo. Se le está preservando su integridad y su vida, conforme a lo que establece la Constitución y la ley orgánica. Testigo. Ahí no hay imputado en presencia de sus representantes.
He keeps saying witness. I think they're arguing that he's a witness.
Respetándole también su derecho. Pero ahí voy de nuevo, en la prueba documental 4, y esto sí un error de Rafa. Usted lo va a desechar, no lo va a valorar, porque esto viola lo que es el debido proceso de ley. Una denuncia, oiga bien, una denuncia interpuesta por el...
Yeah, it talks so fast too. It's just really hard to understand.
Albert Francis Reeve, que no ha mostrado aquí a su señoría la calidad de que él es padre del testigo Joshua. ¿Cómo se demuestra la calidad? Con un acta de nacimiento, la afiliación, y no la han aportado aquí. A usted no le han aportado aquí, que era el supuesto padre. Para mí es un supuesto padre. Porque hay que demostrar aquí la afiliación, y no se ha aprobado. Pero oiga bien, una denuncia, que es el presupuesto número 4, documental número 4. El señor Albert Francis Reeve, oiga bien, a través de un ministerial judicial, y obviamente flagrante delito tampoco, nunca, ni un cc de un minuto ha sido arrestado, todo lo contrario, él está en el Hotel Rio, usufructuando de instalaciones que la está pagando después de que terminó su estadía en el Ministerio Público, incluyendo el día de hoy. Nunca ha sido
Yo, what does the closed caption look like? It's gotta look crazy.
Y ahí es cierta, demostrándole que sí entregó voluntariamente su móvil, pero él estableció
Yeah, the lawyers over there wear capes.
a su señoría que se dependió su pasaporte.
Got a cape on. A suit cape. I've never seen that. That's kind of cool. Suit cape.
Un dato muy curioso, cuando la doctora estaba hablando de la sentencia del TC, y estableció el número de sentencia 766, 2024. Esa es una sentencia que yo la leí. Es una sentencia donde el Tribunal Constitucional declara nulo el artículo 291 sobre la reserva de la investigación. Lo declaró nulo. Reserva de la investigación, que le dio un plazo de un año al Poder Legislativo Judicial, y obviamente flagrante delito tampoco. Nunca, ni un CC de un minuto ha sido arrestado. Todo lo contrario, él está en el Hotel Río, sufructuando de instalaciones, que la está pagando después de que terminó su estadía en el Ministerio Público, incluyendo el día de hoy. Nunca ha sido arrestado el testigo Joshua Riibe. Y ahí sí está demostrando que sí entregó voluntariamente su móvil, pero él estableció a su señoría que se le perdió su pasaporte y la defensa no sabe que no quiere. Un dato muy curioso, cuando la doctora estaba hablando de la sentencia del TC, le estableció el número de sentencia 766, el guión 2024. Esa es una sentencia que yo la leí. Es una sentencia donde el Tribunal Constitucional declara nulo el artículo 291 sobre la reserva de la investigación. Lo declaró nulo. Reserva de la investigación, que le dio un plazo de un año al Poder Legislativo Judicial, y obviamente flagrante delito tampoco. Nunca, ni un CC de un minuto ha sido arrestado. Todo lo contrario, él está en el Hotel Río, sufructuando de instalaciones, que la está pagando después de que terminó su estadía en el Ministerio Público, incluyendo el día de hoy. Nunca ha sido arrestado el testigo Joshua Riibe. Y ahí sí está demostrando que sí entregó voluntariamente su móvil.
I honestly have no idea. All I hear is there's like one or two words I hear every now and then, but
estableció a su señoría que se le perdió su pasaporte y la defensa no sabe quién lo quiere. Un dato muy curioso.
Bueno, ahí estamos escuchando los argumentos por parte de las autoridades dominicanas que han sido.
So we're hearing that was the arguments. We're hearing some of the arguments
escuchando los argumentos por parte de las autoridades dominicanas que han.
So that was the Dominican authorities. They're arguing, screaming. Kind of to me, the guy was yelling. But sometimes Dominicans talk like, I don't know if it's just like culture. Sometimes maybe it sounds like they just yell. I think yelling is normal, like the normal tone or something. I don't know. For them, it's like different, I think. Kind of like Cubans a little bit, maybe.
Pues sometidos por parte de los abogados de Joshua Stephen Riibe mediante un recurso de habeas corpus que busca, pues, lo que ellos dicen, su libertad, ¿verdad? Ellos alegan, los abogados de Joshua Stephen Riibe alegan que su cliente está siendo retenido en el hotel y él sometido.
Joshua Stephen's attorney saying that it's being detained in the hotel.
A lo que ellos dicen, interrogatorios, mientras que el Estado difiere y dice que esas son simplemente entrevistas.
So they're arguing back and forth about this whole terminology, whether he's being interrogated versus interviewed. So Joshua's attorney, his people are trying to say he's being interrogated. The prosecution is saying, no, it's interviews. And it almost just feels like semantics to me.
Y vamos entonces a repasar un poco de lo que ha sucedido hasta esta hora. La audiencia se sigue conociendo en una sala de la sede del Ministerio Público en Higüey. Pasadas las 2 de la tarde vimos llegar, tenemos esas imágenes, cuando llegó Joshua Stephen Riibe a presentarse junto a sus abogados. Ahí vemos una de sus abogadas. Sabemos, y acompañado de su equipo, ¿verdad? Ahí sabemos que
that's gotta be scary, man. Like just being somewhere else.
Se hace acompañar también de sus padres, su madre Tina Riibe, y su padre también, que de hecho declaró.
I wonder who's this lady holding his arm. Why is she holding his arm?
Ante el juez en esta audiencia que se lleva a cabo en Higüey. Puntos importantes y básicamente lo que está sucediendo para explicarles es que las autoridades dominicanas dicen que Joshua.
I think he is being held against his will. You know, I think that the amount of time that's gone on by now, I don't know what the police have, but like by now it should be like, and if he really is just a witness, like you said in the chat, Aztecian girl, then let him go and, you know, Zoom call his ass or whatever, so he'll, you know, whatever, if you need him to testify for whatever reason.
Stephen Riibe no se encuentra detenido, que su libertad no ha sido coartada, que él entregó de manera voluntaria su pasaporte.
He voluntarily handed in his passport and
el 8 de marzo,
on March
de
8th.
que él no ha sido interrogado, sino más bien ha sido entrevistado como
And he hasn't been interrogated, has been interviewed
como testigo clave
as a witness.
De lo que pudo haber ocurrido esa noche, la noche del 6 de marzo, cuando fue vista por última vez la joven Sudiksha Konanki, de 20 años, esa estudiante universitaria que llegó al país el lunes, y quiero precisar esa fecha, el lunes 3 de marzo, a pasar
March 3rd.
unas vacaciones de primavera.
Okay, she's just repeating the story.
De marzo.
Okay, so she's recapping the story. As far as, listen, the joke stuff, I joke around sometimes. I mean, if people have been watching me for a while, I think they're actually really light. You know, joking about, I don't know, I guess she got offended. I don't know if she got offended by the Nokia joke or what. I was joking about the technology over there. I've been to Dominican Republic, I don't even know how many times, growing up, a bunch of times. And I always hated the power going out and all these different things. But I have family over there. And sure, there's some nice places. I had some bad experience, like in the airport. I don't like a bunch of people rushing me, you know, trying to rush me and shit. It makes me a little uncomfortable. And it can be dangerous, just like anywhere else. But I feel like some people are disillusioned, you know, like that with some of these places. Like we're not allowed to speak or joke about anything. Like Haiti has a lot of problems, but they want to portray that, oh, it's just beautiful and there's nothing going on over there. You know, so there's some problems in these places. So I think the joking was very light. If that really took you over
3 years.
If that really took you over, then I feel like my family might probably laugh at that. Some of them probably laugh at that. Even if they didn't or disagreed, whatever, we talk about it. We wouldn't lose our minds. We disagree politically. We still love each other and talk to each other. Not like some of these people that lose their minds, lose their life. You know, some of these people, and I'm telling you, most people's problems, it's not the president or who's in office. You got to look within, look in the mirrors. Most people are complaining and protesting and burning shit. Go fix the problems in your house, go, you know, your job, whatever it is. Do something. It's not going to, this person in the office is not going to change your life. You know, more than likely, I don't think so. But yeah, the weird lady. Yeah. It's always somebody I never seen before too. Never left a comment before until now. We say all kinds of stuff. Very, very light. They steal your phone out there too. You know how many times they said too, like if you're walking, you're holding your phone like this, people will pull up on a motorcycle. You better, they say when you go out there to those countries, some of those places, DR too, don't hold your phone out. Because like sometimes you're walking down the street, they'll snatch your whoop right on the motor bicycle. Whoop. Oh, is that him coming out now? Or is that going in?
Él sale de la playa a la orilla.
So she's still telling the story. You get robbed. You got to be careful. Anywhere you go, you got to be careful. You know, and you know, it's joking, but I'm just saying a lot of people take this place for granted. And that lady's from Puerto Rico, and you know, you guys have your own problems too that you need to take care of. Over here, worried and complaining about this shit. You got your own shit over there, trash and stuff everywhere. Corruption everywhere too.
Corpus sometido por la defensa de Joshua Riibe, que busca que su pasaporte.
Yeah, and then she says she's offended for the whole country. Like, how can you be offended for the whole country?
Vamos a escuchar. Vamos
not
a
even
escuchar.
Dominican.
Ellos van a ver y me permite exponer todo eso.
Looks like they're about to fight in there or something.
99 pink balloons donated $9.99 through Super Chat. Mel, you awesome. You called me 99 pink balls and I'm not whining LMAO.
Thank you. That was funny too. Yeah, somebody else might have really got a... That's really light. So you know it's not really to bother or hurt anybody. 99 pink balls.
Pero ¿qué pasa? No todas las cosas surgen en la cama. Y no todas las personas de libertad tienen la habilidad con la ley de lo público.
Part of me feels a little sympathetic for the guy. I don't. If he did something, I don't feel. But there's that element too. Like, what if he did something? Maybe we'll never know. Like somebody had said, well, maybe he got rejected and he drowned her. there wouldn't be any evidence. Like if they were both in the water and he was trying to make a move and she rejected him, just hypothetically speaking, and he snapped and drowned her and she washes away, that's it. Like unless you find a body, you can do an autopsy. But anyway, that's how the legal system, there's no, that we know of, there's no evidence. I don't know if the cops know something, but that we know of, there's no evidence. And so to hold him for this period of time and to take all his stuff, even his phone, like that sounds like some Guantanamo Bay shit. Like they're taking your phone. He's imprisoned. They took his phone. He can't even communicate. He can't communicate with his family or something. And I guess, I don't know, maybe the victim's family felt bad, felt guilty. Maybe they felt guilty because the mother went and hugged him. Maybe, I don't know what the family's feeling, but
Él me decía, él no preso. Yo le respondí, yo le invité. Y yo le dije que no invitaba a Joshua o a su papá a quedar criticado. Y él me dijo, perdón, no.
it's just like muffled to the audio. It's kind of muffled, so it's just really kind of hard to even understand what they're saying. But it looks like to me, and it sounds like tensions are really high. I mean, like at any moment, somebody's going to jump over the little table.
Si al finalizar esta audiencia, yo no puedo salir del salón, ni por esa puerta. Yo estoy libre. Yo estoy donde quiero estar. No, esa es. Lamento tener que decir lo que voy a decir en este momento. Porque muchas cosas salieron en casa para no perder. Pero Joshua, aparte de no haber sido violentado, su derecho a la libertad, a la movilidad, retenido por su documento de viaje más voces, que es lo que vive, una parte de lo que vive después de este país. Por eso han estado en la instancia de los colegas que estoy replicando, dice que eso no es objeto de esta acción constitucional. ¿Cómo puede Joshua volver a su país? No reporte. Va a la autoridad de la voluntad que se extendió porque su embajada le trae una constancia que el pasaporte se perdió y en abril no le podemos recibir esta denuncia porque aquí sabemos que está el pasaporte. Eso lo dice la gente y por eso estamos en casa. Y tenemos entonces para poder probarle conteos.
And then I can imagine Joshua. I'm sure he doesn't speak English. I mean, not English, Spanish. Probably doesn't speak Spanish. So he's just sitting there. He's probably like, oh, shit. Like, what did I get myself into?
Para que pudiera constatar que Dios tiene su pasaporte. Las autoridades le reciben la denuncia a fines de que puedo constatar. Esa es somos los afectados, estamos a la privación de libertad, señores. ¿Por qué? Porque nos cortan, porque le detienen pasaporte, porque expresan instalación para que les vean, porque lo tratan como un testigo, lo denominan testigo, lo tratan como un Presidenta, este conocimiento público, muy público, lo dijo Joshua, tanto de la comunicación, fuimos todos los que estamos observando. El pasado sábado, la procuradora de la República se trasladó a hacer que comenzó a no hay constancia. Se levantó una de que usted se estuvo atendiendo a cosas para poder traducir lo que estaba pasando. Y no voy a dar detalles de usted. El día de ayer, el interno, el día entero, No hay constante dentro de la pregunta de la que han hecho muchas diligencias administrativas que no conocen. Y usted sabe lo que se llama eso, reivindicación. Yo no lo veo como un testigo y como un imputado. Él es una víctima, es una persona muy traumada.
Say, one thing I did hear, she's saying Joshua is a victim.
Acuerdo de que las cosas esclarecen y se sepa qué pasó. Se quitó todo eso. Violentando los derechos, revictimizando, dando la serie una y otra vez para que explique qué pasó. Preguntándole 10 veces lo mismo para que se conozca. No solamente las cosas que están pasando aquí, hubieron investigadores privados. El FBI estuvo en el sentido. Tanta psicología, tantas veces repetir lo mismo, crear el mismo, tan difícil para él.
Yeah.
También. Esa acta es el deseo de que le preguntan en dificultad, tal como le da para estudiar esa palabra. Yo solo sabía lo que él estaba bajo un tipo de presión, de quitar la oscuridad y de liberar y así le digo. Yo no he sido cambiado después de estar alojado en el tener ustedes la
Objeción, eso no ha sido el padre. Objeción, no se debate.
Tengo un momentito, acabo de ver. Muchísimas gracias. Y no quieran, lamentablemente no hemos dejado de decir muchas otras cosas, muchos otros derechos que por la naturaleza no se dejen confundir como nos han querido confundir nosotros, diciendo que yo salí. Es el deber de ellos, siendo su testigo, siendo su imputado, siendo lo que quiera, para dar, obligado, para venir a decirle hoy a usted que está hablando de verdad. Y toda la prueba y la declaración de su papá. Ese señor, el señor, no quería estar en un país militar, en este país para abajo, que está faltando su seguridad. Ellos están aquí con las autoridades para explicar estas cosas que ya va.
Gotta go. Bye. I don't know what that music is playing. Let me stop it because I don't want to get hit for a copyright. That's weird. Where's that coming from? I can't make out anything they're saying in that courtroom besides one word every couple of seconds. Oh, here it is. Okay. I think this is a thing. I guess they dress like that. They have the hats on with the little polka dot stuff, like the little ball on top, the cotton ball. And they have like this drape thing, I guess, and a cape kind of thing. I say that respectfully, not to offend anybody. Oh my God.
Que se rechace porque ganes de objeto, toda vez que todas las demás técnicas, incluido yo, ha establecido que Joshua está privado de libertad dentro de una admisión de su ser. Nosotros verificamos y esperamos que Joshua pueda recuperar su vida.
Realmente son argumentos vacíos.
Who's talking to
No
Joshua?
supieron replicar con
Prosecution.
contundencia la ilegalidad de la institución. No pusieron replicar la ilegalidad de la es que no pudieron replicar que es la prueba documental número 2. Hay que traducirla al castellano.
Aquí hay que
No lo votaron. No lo votaron. Gracias, Juana. Igual de las dos
I'd be shitting bricks. If this was me, if I was Joshua, I'd be, oh my God.
Estamos en vivo desde la sala de audiencias donde se conoce el recurso de habeas corpus interpuesto por los abogados de Joshua Stephen Riibe. Y vamos a recalcar lo que han dicho los abogados de Riibe.
Okay,
Ellos
she's gonna
afirman
recap
que
what they're
Joshua
saying.
Stephen Riibe tiene 8 días detenido sin orden judicial.
They're saying he's been detained for 8 days without official order, I think? I
Y
don't know.
por eso precisamente han interpuesto esta solicitud de habeas corpus, argumentando que tiene 8 días retenido de manera ilegal
Has been detained illegally for 8 days. That's why we're here doing the habeas
en el
corpus.
Hotel Cruz República sin orden de arresto ni
From the Real Republica Hotel without any arrest.
vinculación con algún hecho delictivo. La defensa de Riibe denunció que las autoridades dominicanas han incurrido en una prevaricación de libertad consumada.
I don't know what that means. Riibe's attorney is accusing the prosecution of
La defensa de Riibe denunció que las autoridades dominicanas han incurrido en una prevaricación de libertad consumada al mantenerlo bajo custodia sin haber sido presentado ante un juez en el plazo establecido por ley de 48 horas. Según los testimonios presentados en la solicitud del habeas corpus, el joven estadounidense fue trasladado junto a su padre en una camioneta de la Fiscalía de Verón, Punta Cana,
his transport to his father. I
y
guess.
posteriormente llevado de vuelta al hotel donde permanece bajo estricta vigilancia policial.
He's at the hotel, strict vigilance,
Sin
strict
poder
surveillance,
abandonar la habitación. Los
without being able to leave.
argumentos por parte de las autoridades dominicanas es que Riibe está siendo tratado como un testigo de los hechos
The prosecution's arguing that he's being treated as a witness. This is
y
crazy.
que él no ha sido interrogado, sino que ha sido sometido a
The same thing.
entrevistas
He hasn't been interrogated. He's been interviewed.
como un testigo clave, siendo él la última persona que vio a la joven Sudiksha
Because he was the last person to see her.
Konanki el pasado 6 de marzo. Podemos retornar a escuchar los argumentos. Ahí vemos por parte de las autoridades dominicanas a ver qué está.
So that's the authorities on the right-hand side with the blue balls on their head. And the defense is on the white left with the white balls on their
Carlo,
head.
la defensa de Riibe, que él no está detenido. Más sin embargo, sabemos que el pasaporte de Joshua Stephen Riibe lo tienen las autoridades, aunque las autoridades dominicanas dicen que ese pasaporte fue entregado de manera voluntaria por Riibe
So they have his passport, but they're saying he turned it in voluntarily.
el 8 de marzo, es decir, 2 días después de la desaparición de la joven Sudiksha Konanki. Riibe declaró hace unos momentos ante el juez de que él quiere retornar a Estados Unidos, quiere retornar a...
And Riibe said he wants to come home. I was hoping she'd break down more of the argument, but they're very, very fixated on this whole whether he's being they're saying he's being detained as a witness, and that's what the prosecution is saying. So I don't know if that gives them right to just hold him indefinitely. Like, what does that mean? Like, they just can hold him forever? Like,
Konanki pues lo abrazó y le dio las gracias
Contained
según
and
lo
shit.
que él declaró, según lo que él declaró en el día de hoy en el conocimiento de este recurso de habeas corpus, que hasta le dio las gracias y lo abrazó por tratar de salvarle la vida a su hija, por primera vez, o sea, en primera instancia. Sabemos lo que ha dicho Riibe según esa entrevista que Noticias SN tuvo acceso de manera exclusiva, de que ellos fueron golpeados por una fuerte ola, que fueron llevados mar adentro cuando el agua se recogió y que...
She's telling the story again.
Don't really have nothing.
Hold on, homeboy. Silvio got something to say. Hold on. Let's see, hold on. I hope I can play this. Hope it's not.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is, since
damn it, this phone is stupid.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is, since don't really have nothing on him,
they don't really have nothing on him.
He can be let go free. But since they know they're gonna find something on him and they don't have nothing on him, they're using him as a witness. So witness, you have to stay put.
So maybe they are trying to like maybe they feel he did something, or maybe they have some suspicion, but they don't have enough to say anything otherwise, and so they're using a loophole maybe to he's just a witness. No, he's not being detained. He's in this hotel. He's there in the hotel. He get 3 meals a day. He can't leave. We got his phone and stuff. He's a witness. We need him he stay longer.
A ella, tragó mucha agua de mar y él posteriormente comenzó a vomitar para su habitación. Más sin embargo, sabemos que sus amigas en la mañana del 6 de...
Okay, she's recounting the whole story, like the details, the timeline of the events. But it could be a thing. It really could be. Maybe there's something else they're doing. I'm not saying the prosecution is right, but maybe they're using some type of legality, some type of loophole. Oh, well, he's a witness, and we're just going to keep him here.
Entre todas las amigas decidieron que muy probablemente ella estaba durmiendo, tal vez con el mismo Riibe, y que
she's saying that her friends thought that she was sleeping, or maybe she was sleeping with Riibe.
Fueron y al retornar al hotel llegaron a las 4 de la tarde y ahí, al no poder hacer contacto con Konanki, ellas inmediatamente se comunicaron pues con la embajada norteamericana, que en su defecto se comunicó con las autoridades, que en su defecto se comunicaron con el hotel. O sea, esto pasó de manera...
I love that. Who said that? It's Dala. Yo. Hold on. Where's the comment? Damn it, lost it. Here we go. It's walking on a sanitario. I'm at sanitation del Palme. You talking about is that Tona Montana? He walks sanitario.
Fue un reporte tardío, ¿verdad? No se comenzó la búsqueda hasta 24 horas después. Hasta 24 horas después no se comenzó la búsqueda. ¿Por qué? Porque las autoridades no fueron notificadas oportunamente. Entonces, cuando vemos esos horarios, vemos que desde las 4:55 aproximadamente fue la última vez que fue vista por su...
She's still telling the timeline of the story about what happened. But I guess this is live. The video she's showing, I guess there's somebody live streaming it in the courtroom. What it looks like.
Carter tampoco, que es el otro amigo que se encontraba con...
I really didn't think this was going to be something we're going to be here for 2 hours. I thought like it wasn't going to be like this huge thing. They were either going to decide he can go or not, especially with the family coming forward and they were like, oh, she drowned and that's it. Open and close. I didn't think there was going to be this huge fight in the courtroom, about this situation.
Eso ha sido muy difícil, ¿verdad? Sabemos que esta búsqueda ha sido muy intensa a lo largo de los días, por aire, por mar, por tierra, utilizando equipos especiales, el Coast Guard de Estados Unidos haciendo mapeos especiales debajo del mar, tratando de dar con el paradero de esta joven. Sabemos también que por parte del sistema 911 estaban utilizando drones especializados con inteligencia artificial para tratar de detectar lo que no puede detectar tal vez a simple vista.
So she said they were using drones with AI technology to try to detect, what something that maybe a regular person wouldn't be able to see, and just search for Konanki. So it looks like if this is live, the video feed, it looks like they're having some type of sidebar, I guess, with the judge. Maybe. I didn't think it was going to be this huge of a conversation. That you present what you have, the reason you have it. Like, if you have evidence or a reason, present that shit. And either keep him or let him go, type of thing. I didn't think it was like this huge. No!
Esta fuente, cuando nosotros decimos, ok, pero ¿por qué no han dado con el paradero de la joven Konanki? Y a lo que respondió que eso podría deberse a diversos factores. Como mencionaba, un mar bravo, un mar abierto. Podría el cuerpo estar encallado en un arrecife, cosa que también cuando...
It seems a little chaotic to me too. I don't know what their I don't know what their courtrooms look like normally, so I don't really have a baseline besides our own system. But it did seem kind of like, very emotional and very, like, I thought they were going to jump over the counter at some point. Now it looks like they're talking with the judge. And it's make or break for Riibe. I mean, I don't know what their law is like over there. So maybe they could, I don't know if they could just say, yeah, he's a witness and just keep him there until they feel the investigation is done. But, I mean, at the end of the day, this is like a really sad story for her family. And just, a tale of caution. And also sometimes, man, just like alcohol, like just the root. Say money is the root of all evil. Sometimes alcohol, maybe, where things end up. A night of having fun, Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. They have some nice beaches. They have they have Boca Chica. They have some nice places, but you still got to be really careful. It's just too much going on. Even there's, I'm sure there's innocent accidents that happen too, but also people getting drugged, people looking to take advantage. I mean, look at the reporter that we covered. We covered that reporter that was visiting New Orleans, and he was there for football, and he's dead. I think it was young. He had a daughter. I don't know what else. And this lady, this horrible person, because there's something to that story too. Because I spoke to a lady who thinks her brother was killed by this lady too, but there's not a lot of evidence. But I don't know. And I spoke to a guy via email who said he was a victim of this lady. That wasn't even in the news. Or actually, he did kind of get on the news because he was telling the story. He might be a witness. I don't know if he is going to be a witness. That he was drugged by this lady. And this reporter, I don't know why he met this lady, but he met this lady, and I believe she's being charged with murder now. I believe she drugged him. That's her MO. She has a huge, long criminal history. Long criminal history. Hey, Diamond. Long criminal history, drugging men, taking advantage of them. This is the reporter. And his wife was killed in a car accident. I thought it was the year prior. So his wife had died. Now he's dead, and the kid has no parents. And there's people like this just looking to take advantage. Manzano, footage exclusively obtained by the Daily Mail shows Manzano and Kobler entering the hotel. They came into the hotel together. Now, I don't know if she drugged them at the bar, because sometimes the people get drugged at the bar. Or I don't know if maybe that was the plan. Was it the plan to go back to his place? Or did she drug him? And then she's like, oh, take it back to your place. You can become very, I don't know what the word is. Very suggestible, maybe. Like somebody tells you just go along when you're drugged like that. Horrible, horrible story.
Si alguien, déjeme entrar aquí a mi grupo, a ver qué informaciones de adentro nos está compartiendo.
She's looking for information that they're
Y voy a ver qué es lo último que tengo. Vamos a ver.
Looks like court's done.
Ok. Los abogados de la defensa han argumentado que han traumatizado a Joshua Stephen Riibe en este proceso, que él es una víctima.
He's a victim. She said rape accident too. But he's a victim. I don't know what that word antrocisado, what does that mean?
Ok. Los abogados de la defensa han argumentado que han traumatizado a Joshua Stephen Riibe en este proceso, que él es una víctima. Ella argumenta que él es una víctima. Le han hecho la misma pregunta en múltiples ocasiones y ella alega que las autoridades hacen esto con el propósito de ver si él cambia su versión.
So what are they doing right now?
Y ella alega que las autoridades hacen esto, han traumatizado a Joshua Stephen Riibe en este proceso, que él es una víctima. Ella argumenta que él es una víctima. Le han hecho la misma pregunta en múltiples ocasiones y ella alega que las autoridades hacen esto.
They've done many questions, I guess the same questions that the authorities do this.
Con el propósito de ver si él cambia.
So they ask us the same questions sometimes over and over to see if they change, if the person changes their answer.
Si él cambia su versión. Y la palabra que utiliza el periodista, if he trips up, o sea, que si él se confunde.
If he gets confused, if he trips up.
Él cambia
Sounds like an interrogation to me.
Su versión. Y por eso, tantas entrevistas como lo ha llamado el Ministerio Público, ¿verdad? Han llamado...
They're saying the reason there were so many interviews is because the version that what he was telling is kind of shifted and changed. That's what they said.
Entrevistas, estos encuentros con Joshua Stephen Riibe versus interrogatorios. Dice que el papá de Joshua se encuentra aquí hace ya 12 días.
The father's been there, Joshua's father, for 12 days.
Y dice su papá, enough.
His father said enough.
Been 12 days. Basta ya. Han sido 12 días.
Stop already. It's been 12 days.
12 días de que su papá ha tenido que excusarse del trabajo.
His father's had to take 12 days off of work.
Le está perdiendo la universidad, ¿verdad? Y a las 4:47, el juez llamó a los abogados a estrado y apagó el micrófono. No sabemos exactamente.
Okay, so they turned off the microphone and they walked up.
Que hablaron, pero sí sabemos que a las 4:53, hace apenas unos 2 minutos, el juez salió de la sala de audiencias.
They came out of the audience, the sala de audiencias.
Y se espera que retorne con su decisión.
So the judge is going to make a decision. They're waiting for him to make his decision.
Con relación a este recurso de habeas corpus interpuesto por la defensa, por los representantes legales de Joshua.
And somebody said, bomb them. Damn.
Steven, ahí vemos en pantalla. Yo estoy viendo a distancia. Ahí me parece estamos viendo a los representantes legales de Joshua. Ese señor que está ahí no lo logro identificar, pero estamos en vivo. Estas imágenes son en vivo de lo que está sucediendo en estos momentos en esta sala de audiencia. A ver, una de las cosas que ha sido puestos argumentos por parte de los representantes legales de Joshua es que él tiene 8 días detenido irregularmente sin orden judicial.
Been held for 12 days.
Orden judicial.
Without any kind of charges.
Una de las cosas que también pudiera pasar en torno a la decisión del juez es que no necesariamente tengamos ese fallo hoy. Puede ser que ocurra en cualquier momento. Otro día, en 15, 30 minutos, eso no lo sabemos, pero nosotros nos mantendremos ahí y vamos a ver entonces cuánto 30 minutos en cualquier momento. Otro día, en 15, 30 minutos, eso no lo sabemos, pero nosotros nos mantendremos ahí y vamos a ver entonces cuándo retorne el juez, si efectivamente tiene un fallo en torno a este recurso de habeas corpus. Entonces vamos a repasar todo lo que ha ocurrido. Yo estoy tratando, en vivo aquí, tratando de conectar un accidente trágico y no...
Ok, yo no tengo tiempo para esto porque algo está pasando ahora con estos astronautas. Is that how you say it in Spanish? Astronato. Esta gente va viniendo. They're gonna land. I gotta work on a new thumbnail for another story, but we're gonna be following and waiting. We're gonna maneuver this, man. We're gonna maneuver this because we gotta follow this story. I like that the judge is making a decision today. That's cool. We don't have to, sometimes over here. Okay, I'll see you in 2-3 weeks. Imagine, but no, they have to make a decision now because this guy, well, deciding whether he's being detained illegally or not. And I wonder if the judge, do you think the judge has some bias? Does he, for the Dominican system versus the gringo? ¿Qué tú crees? Dígame. I'm going to work on some stuff put together because we got some other stuff popping. Okay, we got other stuff popping, man. About to pop off. It's a big day. Let me see, I sent myself this thing.
Tiraron del país el 10 de marzo, es decir, 4 días, escuchen bien, 4 días después de la desaparición de su hija, porque aceptan que esto fue un accidente. Y justamente les presentamos anoche de este lunes, en exclusiva en Noticias SIN, en la emisión estelar, que los padres de la joven solicitaron a las autoridades declarar a su hija como fallecida y mediante esa misiva que enviaron a la Policía Nacional, los padres dan por sentado que su hija murió accidentalmente y que no creen que...
The family said that, Konanki's family said that the death was an accident. All right, I'm working on something, pimping. I might have to get myself another matcha green tea. Might be putting in some overtime today. I mean, I was working up this morning, editing stuff, putting things together. I'll be doing a little extra time in today. But today's math day too. Ugh. Maddie's homework. Math day. Yeah, we got some big news about to happen.
Que ha acaparado los titulares a nivel nacional, pero también internacionalmente en Estados Unidos. Yo misma he estado al frente de esa cobertura y en Estados Unidos han dado una cobertura estrecha, minuto a minuto, a esta desaparición de esta joven estudiante. ¿Por qué? Porque estamos justamente en las vacaciones de primavera, Spring Break. ¿Cuántos jóvenes universitarios no se han ido fuera del país, de Estados Unidos, a disfrutar de sus vacaciones de primavera? En el día de ayer vimos que el Buró Federal de Investigaciones de Estados Unidos, específicamente de la localidad de Los Ángeles, emitió un comunicado aconsejando a los Spring Breakers, aconsejando a los vacacionistas de...
Spring Breakers. Those Spring Breakers are crazy. Okay, we got some big stuff happening soon. Okay.
Fuente muy cercana a la investigación. Y una de las cosas que quiero recordar es que Riibe ha sido, en al menos 8 ocasiones, Riibe, en esa entrevista que le realizaron el pasado 12 de marzo, él dijo que se apegaba a la recomendación legal de sus abogados de no responder a las preguntas. En al menos 8 ocasiones dijo eso. En esa entrevista que Noticias SCN tuvo acceso y que le presentamos la semana pasada y también este lunes en el informe con Alicia Ortega, de esa entrevista, que de hecho los abogados de Riibe dicen que no es una entrevista, que es un interrogatorio, a pesar de que
not an interrogation, it's the interview. I think they should let him go. Honestly, if they don't have much, if they don't have anything really, they should, I mean, I'm just thinking according to our laws and stuff, they should let him go. They shouldn't, he's been detained a long time already. Yeah, I haven't pulled up nothing yet. I mean, come on. Especially with what the family's saying. I don't know if she said it's going to be a couple of how long the judge is going to take, 15, 30 minutes. I'm setting up for another stream. Big news. Some live major event.
De manera voluntaria. A ver, la fuente nuestra muy cercana a la investigación, muy cercana a la investigación, dice que él fue que entregó su pasaporte de manera voluntaria y que los abogados de Joshua Stephen Riibe no han pedido que se le retorne el pasaporte. Él lo dio voluntariamente, ¿verdad? Y ahí es precisamente donde nos encontramos. Nos encontramos en el conocimiento de este.
Looks like there's a guy talking, but there's no audio. Wish I could hear what he was saying.
De este recurso de habeas corpus,
spicy turkey,
donde los representantes legales de Joshua Stephen Riibe, el joven que fue quien estuvo con Konanki el día de su desaparición, quiere que le entreguen su pasaporte y quieren irse. Él dice y declaró en esa sala de audiencia en el día de hoy de que él ha colaborado, él ha sido honesto en sus declaraciones,
he's cooperated,
y que de hecho, él dice que la madre de Konanki, antes de irse, que sabemos que los padres de Konanki,
the mother of Konanki hugged him. All right, so we got a big event coming up, man. Big event. Big event. Ooh. Space rescue. What they got to say about Elon now? A lot. Space rescue live for the world to see. Elon. You know we gotta cover that. All right. Poor family. Yeah, the family just wants to be done with all this stuff, you know. Talking about Konanki's family. Okay. They're gonna let him go or what?
su pasaporte y de que si él efectivamente era un testigo, en este caso, de que él podría irse, ¿verdad? Y ahí es que estamos, y vuelvo a lo mismo, ¿verdad? Aquí es que donde nos encontramos. Es testigo o es sospechoso de algo, porque nuestra fuente nos ha dicho que en ningún momento, las autoridades habrían contemplado someter a la justicia a Joshua Stephen Riibe, quien es la última persona que vio a Sudiksha Konanki el pasado 6 de marzo. Entonces, este sometimiento de habeas corpus, según nuestra fuente, pues complica el proceso ahora. Un proceso que, según nuestra fuente muy cercana a la investigación, ya estaba por cerrarse, y que el hecho iba a ser calificado como un hecho de ahogamiento accidental. Y aseguró textualmente que no habían manos criminales, en este.
I just read that.
Yeah.
Judge is going to deliberate.
Yeah, we have our producer who speaks Spanish inside the courtroom, so she updates. But yeah, they're not gonna let cameras inside the courthouse.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
we have a camera outside the courtroom where there's gonna be a news conference. If it's in English, then stand down. But if it's in Spanish, if you could translate, that would be
Of course. And do we know when that might come up?
Just as soon as the hearing is over.
Which is as soon as he comes back from deliberations. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And what happens now? Just wait here until something comes on the screen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you grab coffee?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Was I talking to you on the?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
the phone's
No,
updating
no,
now, so,
that's
yeah.
okay.
Wow. So they cut it off, but they said the judge is going to be making his decision. Let me set up the next stream in the meantime.
Entrar y vamos a repasar las declaraciones. Aquí, a ver si puedo nuevamente entrar y vamos a repasar las declaraciones bajo juramento de Joshua Stephen Riibe luego de que fue interrogado, y esto ocurrió alrededor de las 3:27 de la tarde.
Okay, she's recapping the story again.
Pensaba que yo me iba a casa ese día. Eso fue lo que él declaró.
Thought it was good. She's just kind of buying some time until this update from the judge. Star Rescue.
And then it will go until about 2:18 p.m. Pacific time or 5:18 p.m. Eastern time.
And I did hear confirmation that deorbit burn is underway. As we mentioned, it's about a 7.5-minute burn. So within the last 10 minutes, Dragon has jettisoned its trunk and initiated the deorbit burn just seconds ago. As mentioned earlier, for those operations, NASA and SpaceX closely coordinate with the United States Coast Guard to establish a safety zone to ensure public safety and for the safety of those involved in the recovery operations, as well as the crew on board the returning spacecraft. Multiple notices are issued to the mariners in advance of and during recovery operations, and Coast Guard patrol boats are deployed to discourage boaters from entering the splashdown zones. So we do want to stress to the public the need to respect this safety zone. Recovering a spacecraft from the water is a hazardous operation, and any other boats interfering increases the risk to not only the astronauts in Dragon, but the teams working to recover them from the water and the safety of those that may come too close. So for the safety of the crew, which you see there on your screen, your safety, we recommend
y que los dejaron sentados
to bring you the best possible views of our astronauts' homecoming.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this deorbit burn is the last time that we will utilize our 4 forward Draco thrusters. Forward basically meaning at the top of the Dragon capsule. Dragon Freedom has not yet entered the Earth's atmosphere. This deorbit burn is what will line the vehicle up and put it on its final trajectory to the landing site right off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. So basically, it is the last burn that the Dragon spacecraft executes and is what really locks it in for that precise landing. As you can see on your screen right now, Nick, Sunny, Butch, and Alexander are using their screens to keep tabs on the burn duration, the Draco firings, and trajectory details such as entry angle, spacecraft perigee, and how much distance remains until deorbit burn termination. As I mentioned earlier, Dragon is flying itself. So all the crew has to do is stay strapped into their seats and keep tabs on things. Although I must say, if I had one of those window seats, it would be pretty difficult to restrain myself. Now, with Nick, Sunny, Butch, and Alexander ready to deorbit and splash down back on Earth, they will be heading to one of 8 targeted sites supported by SpaceX and NASA. All of these sites are located off the coast of Florida, either in the Gulf of America or the Atlantic Ocean. Spreading the supported sites across multiple...
Okay, so we're waiting.
O sea, hasta que somos requeridos, hasta que nos manden a buscar. Summoned es una palabra que te mando a buscar. Summoned es la palabra que utiliza. Y él lo que dice, lo que yo quiero es irme a casa y ver a mi familia. Yo entiendo que yo...
I'm gonna go home and see my family. Where's the judge?
Lo abrazó y le dio las gracias por intentar de salvarle la vida en esa primera instancia. Porque si bien recordamos en las declaraciones de la entrevista del 12 de marzo, Joshua Riibe dijo que la última vez que él vio a Konanki...
My stomach is a lot better today. Yesterday I had a bad headache for a couple hours and my stomach wasn't too happy. Today it's doing a lot better.
Buscar su ropa.
I had keto bread right now, some keto bread, turkey cheese. I had a late... Well, I'm trying to fast. I think I ate it like at 11 today or something, but I had some eggs and salmon earlier.
But at this time, there is not much now that I can do. Yo he hecho todo lo que puedo.
All right, so we're going to jump over to the space stream soon. Just giving it a few minutes, but I will update this. I'm going to keep an eye on this. And I think I'll pin the comment, and we'll just kind of keep an eye to see when the judge comes to make a decision whether he gets to go or not. Joshua Riibe. Riibe.
Claro. El papá de Joshua también declaró y le preguntaron y lo cuestionaron el por qué él se encontró.
Dad was questioned. Now that now landing times have changed. You just got to ride the spaceship. You don't got to drive it, nothing. You just go along for the ride. The AI system is doing everything now. Maybe they should have planes land itself. Yeah, we'll announce it on the new stream. I will. I'm trying to hold a little bit, to push a little bit.
Head to the alternate or select a new zone based on real-time weather data. These checks happened all the way up until we were in the final hours before the deorbit burn, which has just about a minute or so left in it. And this is the last burn in the trip home that commits Dragon to re-entering the Earth's atmosphere.
Now, we are currently waiting to conclude the deorbit burn. We've got less than a minute until that finishes. We will expect to hear a call out for nominal burn, which will confirm completion of that deorbit burn for Dragon Freedom. We can see images there from the touchscreen display panels that the crew utilizes in flight. We can see the visualization of exactly which one of the 4 forward Draco thrusters are firing. That's why you have kind of like a strobe effect there.
And if you're just joining us, you are looking at live views of the Dragon Freedom. On your left is Commander of Crew 9, Nick Hague. To his right is Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Grabenkin. And also in Gorbanov, excuse me, that is Alexander Gorbanov. And then also in the capsule today is NASA astronaut Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore. We're awaiting confirmation that their deorbit burn is complete, which is the last burn that's going to help set them up on a trajectory to splash down off the coast of Florida.
Deorbit burn complete. Performance nominal. Nose cone closure initiated.
I want to see the actual craft, man.
All right, excellent news there. We heard the words we were looking for, nominal burn. So that means that
also
burn,
being reassured and
successful and nominal, meaning as expected. And we're now beginning to close the nose cone in preparation for atmospheric reentry.
So in the background, Dragon is currently inhibiting those forward bulkhead Draco thrusters that we just used to complete the deorbit burn, ensuring it's safe to latch the nose cone shut for reentry. Also, the vehicle has initiated the nitrox suit purge, which will help keep Nick, Sunny, Butch, and Alexander cool and comfortable during reentry, which is coming up in about 20 minutes from now. At this point, the nose cone is closing and protecting the forward hatch for reentry, and the crew are using their screens to continue to monitor the locking of the nose cone, which is done by a set of hooks. And as we mentioned earlier, that nose cone has remained open since September, so this is the first time it's closing in a few months.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Now, we will be expecting, as I mentioned before, an entry brief from SpaceX Core. Again, that's the crew operations resource engineer who is seated in that room that you see there on your screen. That entry brief will provide updated times for anticipated splashdown as well as the loss of signal or period of LOS. And that briefing will also give us information such as wind speed and wave height at the expected splashdown location. But all in all, everything has been great today. All events have been executed on time as expected, and we are looking forward to a splashdown of the Crew 9 crew at about 5:57 p.m. Eastern Time or 2:57 p.m. Pacific Time. Between now and then, things are going to start moving quite quickly. In fact, if anything, this will have seemed like the slower part of the reentry phase. We're going to go through, like I said, that period of loss of signal or LOS. That period is a few minutes long where we are unable to communicate or command the capsule due to the plasma that builds up on the exterior of the capsule. That period, like I said, lasts for a couple minutes. You will start to hear SpaceX Core hail the Crew 9 crew a little bit earlier than expected because we, in the past, have actually regained communications a couple minutes earlier than initially anticipated. So we'll go through that period of loss of signal, that entry period, that specifically when the Dragon spacecraft is re-entering through the atmosphere. Approximately at about 18,000 feet when the capsule is traveling at 350 miles per hour. We will see our first views of parachutes for the day. It's one of my favorite moments of return sequences is when we get to see the drogue parachutes. We'll see the drogues come out. Those drogues will help slow the vehicle down to about 119 miles per hour. And then that is when the main parachutes will come out from the Dragon spacecraft and then ultimately end in splashdown.
And we are hearing confirmation that the nose cone is closed and everything was nominal or as expected with that closure. So as we begin the second half of entry, Dragon is now beginning to inject cooled nitrox into the air being delivered to the spacesuits worn by Nick, Sunny, Butch, and Alexander. Again, this is what will allow the crew to remain comfortable while external temperatures reach 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit as they re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. So the heat shield is pointing forward, leading Dragon to the landing site.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the heat shield, Dragon's primary heat shield is comprised of PICA 3.0, which stands for Phenolic Impregnated Carbon Ablator. The first-gen PICA was initially developed by NASA for studying and sampling comets within our solar system.
SpaceX partnered with NASA to develop PICA X, which was the second-generation product used on all Dragon 1 cargo resupply service missions that resupplied the International Space Station on 20 missions. PICA 3.0 was developed specifically for use on Dragon 2 crew and cargo with enhanced structural and thermal capabilities that allowed the heat shield to be even more effective in the way that it utilized the ability to make that heat ablevate as it goes through the Earth's atmosphere.
Hear ye, hear ye.
The remainder of Dragon is composed primarily of a SpaceX proprietary ablative material. It's another class of thermal protection, which is lighter weight versus PICA and protects the underlying composite structure during reentry to ensure the structural capabilities are maintained.
While Dragon will experience temperatures well over...
Imagine those attorneys just got into a big brawl in the Dominican courtroom. Hats start flying, hats with puffy balls start flying, capes everywhere, like superheroes, hand-to-hand combat. Hats and capes everywhere. All right.
How are you feeling? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te sientes? A ver si de alguna manera él ofrece alguna declaración. Alguna declaración.
Come on, Judge, you got to make a decision at some point. This is the biggest decision in his life. Is there something we don't know?
Contact with Earth since it launched back in September. Dragon will automatically deploy these parachutes when different pressure and positioning sensors on the spacecraft detect that they're at the right speed and altitude.
Vehicle velocity at drogue deploy is approximately 350 miles per hour, and they deploy at about 18,000 feet. Now, when the vehicle velocity at main deploy is approximately 119 miles per hour, and they deploy at about 6,500 feet. When Dragon splashes down in the water, the vehicle velocity will be about 16 miles per hour, so you can really see how those parachutes help to slow down the crew inside the capsule. The highest G-load the crew is expected to experience today is about 3 to 5 Gs.
Yeah, when you think about really fun roller coasters, they're about in that range. So I'm sure that our crew on board will be well equipped to experience those Gs. It's nothing for them. They go through much more intense training.
And so we are continuing to make our way through a number of milestones today. We did have trunk separation.
Freedom, SpaceX. Nose cone is secure for entry.
Wes se retira a deliberar sobre habeas corpus.
A esta fuente era como, ¿cómo usted describiría el ánimo de Joshua? ¿Está tranquilo, sereno? ¿Cómo usted lo ve?
How do you see Joshua?
La casa. Él se siente afligido por toda esta situación. Y ella me informó, mi fuente me informó que sí a todo esto. Y luego agregó que él está en toda la disposición de ayudar en la búsqueda, pero entiende que ya ha dicho todo lo que sabe en varias ocasiones. Su tranquilidad es sorprendente Y quiero hacer énfasis en su tranquilidad es sorprendente porque una colega de otro medio de comunicación internacional también tuvo la oportunidad de acercarse a Joshua Stephen Riibe en los últimos días y ella me dijo eso mismo. Su tranquilidad y su manejo también.
Josh is calm in his manner.
Él está muy tranquilo, muy sereno, muy dispuesto. Cualquier otra persona le tendría temor, ¿no? Le tendría temor a que un periodista se le acerque en medio de esta situación, ¿verdad? Es lo lógico, es lo lógico. Pero en este caso Joshua no. Joshua, según mi colega...
Still waiting. I hope they show the spaceship coming back.
They'll do some additional calculations following that burn and potentially let us know if that splashdown time has changed at all. But right now we are continuing to target 2:57 p.m. And you can see there on your screen a path of where Dragon will be re-entering today. So if you are in the southern tip of Mexico, you might have the opportunity to see Dragon. Because it's a daytime splashdown, you probably won't have too great of views, but potentially you'll have the opportunity to get a glimpse of it there.
We're not going to see it?
Once again, Dragon operators, they're monitoring the progress of Dragon through this re-entry phase.
I don't want to use the notification. It's just going to be these people in the office.
Located here in Hawthorne, California.
I want to see a camera.
That is also where the crew operations and resource engineer is seated. That person is the voice that we have heard multiple times and will continue to hear as the primary point of contact to the crew on board Dragon Freedom. We will also hear the voice of Commander Nick Hague. Basically, after we hear the core...
Is this real? Astronauts thank Musk and Trump? Uh-oh.
We're coming back before long, so, don't make all those plans without me. We'll be back before too long.
I can tell you at the outset, all of us have the utmost respect for Mr. Musk and obviously respect and admiration for our President of the United States, Donald Trump. We appreciate them. We appreciate all the things.
Oh, they're going to be really mad about that. Oh, God, they're going to wish death on them now. Oh, Lord.
All right, I've got some updated times for you. Our COM blackout start time is 2144. Our COM blackout end time is 2151. And our splashdown time is the same per your displays, 2157.
Does anybody know if we're actually going to watch them live?
Okay. Understand COM blackout start 2144. Stop 2151, splashdown per display.
That's a good readback.
We're going to see the video.
Report when tablets are secured behind the elastic bands, restraints are tight, and visors are down.
How we know this is real? Maybe it's not real.
And copy, woke up.
We're in a simulation, bro.
And with that communication from the Corps or Crew Operations Resource Engineer here in Hawthorne to Commander Nick Hague of Crew Dragon Freedom, we did hear that the loss of signal period is still at 2:44 p.m. Pacific, but we had a 1-minute adjustment to the acquisition of signal. That's going to now be at 2:51 p.m. Pacific time. However, our splashdown time remains the same at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time this afternoon off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
So all good news there as Dragon continues to make its way home with
Dragon.
the crew.
We are Dragon.
We are
What's that from that movie?
Down, on the Gulf Coast. We have ability to splash down on either side of Florida, but the location site just outside of Tallahassee, Florida is the
Flaming Dragon.
We are Flaming Dragon. We are Flaming Dragon. This is Flaming Dragon.
News from the recovery vessel. I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty beautiful afternoon.
And we did mention that, of course, this is a daylight splashdown, so we should be getting some great views. We do have a couple of spacecraft called the WB-57, which are high-altitude planes that NASA utilizes during splashdown operations. Those are en route and going to be tracking the capsule as it makes its way through the atmosphere and should be providing some good views for us. Kate and I were just chatting about how we haven't had a daytime splashdown in a little while, so we're looking forward to the views along with you.
Nighttime views are also great because we can see that capsule streaking through the night sky quite brightly. So like Sandra, you said earlier, daylight will be a little bit less bright, but we will definitely be able to see the SpaceX recovery team operations much clearer. I could also imagine it's probably a little bit easier for the team themselves to do their work in daytime than at nighttime. We'll see them rush in really quickly with a couple of fast boats as they begin the initial safety checks and sweeps of the Dragon capsule, while also retrieving the parachutes from the surface of the ocean. The recovery vessel, the main recovery vessel, will continue to make its way closer to the Dragon capsule. It is stationed a couple miles away from the actual recovery location, the splashdown location, for obvious safety purposes. So it takes a little while for that vessel to make its way over, but once it's closer, we'll have even better views of those recovery operations.
And you may be wondering why sometimes we splash down in the daytime versus the nighttime. And believe me, we would all love for these operations to happen during regular daytime working hours. But unfortunately, orbital mechanics just doesn't quite work out that way. So it has to deal with the location of the International Space Station, as well as where the splashdown zone is on Earth and that trajectory, as well as the phasing. So as we mentioned earlier, sometimes we have phasing as short as 6 hours, sometimes in excess of 30 plus hours. It just depends on where the targeted area is that the capsule is going to splash down. So today's phasing has been 17 hours since undocking occurred at 10:05 p.m. Pacific yesterday evening for us here in Hawthorne. Early wee hours for folks on the East Coast and other areas of the United States.
Yeah, but regardless of whether it's daytime...
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer everybody to the new stream. And what I will do, because I'm going to keep an eye on this situation too. When we get an update, I'll update everybody on the new stream. And on this stream, I'll just pin a comment. I'll pin a comment or I'll update the title. Most likely, I'll just pin a comment. Because I want to make sure we don't miss this landing. And it looks like the judge is taking
Joshua Riibe de que no se le trata como un testigo de los hechos, sino más bien que él se encuentra detenido desde hace ya.
The judge is still not there, so. All right, yeah, I'm going to transfer you guys over. I'll see you in about a minute or so. Sassy girl, thank you so much for that comment. I love your channel. You'll always make me laugh. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm going to jump over. Bloop, bloop, bloop.